All right. We are on the air. Hello. Welcome to all, wherever you are, whenever you are. This is live coverage of Baltimore Orioles baseball. Hi. Today, the Baltimore Orioles will be taking on the Boston Red Sox as they travel to Boston to play in the Red Sox home opener. And I'm here to give you the coverage, fully unprepared. It's your boy, the Bird Watcher here, and we're about to get things started. And I need a producer. I tell you what, this is all a one-man show. Let me say hello to everyone. How you doing out there? I'm so happy you found my channel. I just started it this season. During the winter, I said to myself, you know, I really want a place to go during Orioles games on the internet where I can sort of watch along. And I see some other teams have channels like this on YouTube. And I said to myself, why don't the Orioles? So I said, you know, I've got a little YouTube experience. I've got another channel. I said, you know what, I'm gonna go all in with this. I'm gonna try and call every Orioles game. So far, so good, folks. We're 9 games in. The channel, brand new, just getting started. So if you found me, thanks for coming in and checking it out. I hope I can earn your like and your subscription to the channel. I'm very uncomfortable with these introductions. In fact, I'm going to just go ahead and whip out something to read here. I wrote down some notes to get us ready. Again, I need a producer. I tell you what, your boy, the Bird Watcher, doing all the work. All right, the mission statement. Yes. So, yeah, the channel, I started the channel because I live on the other side of the planet. And I know it's not easy for everyone to get access to the Orioles games, whether you can't get it on the television, maybe you can't get it on the radio. This is another way to follow the action as it's happening live. And you might have other reasons to use it. Maybe you like an interactive experience. Maybe you just prefer a different sort of broadcast presentation. I'm not sure, but so far people who have found it seem to enjoy it. So it's a place to hang out for Orioles fans or baseball fans in general. Let me go ahead and talk about today's matchup, and then I'll get to some of these other notes here in a minute. All right, so I'm going to put myself down here in the corner. I call it my little perch. And I'll be down here watching the game with you, giving you the call, the play-by-play, a little bit of commentary. Today at Fenway Park, again, it's the Red Sox home opener. Boston coming in with a successful 10-game road trip to begin the season, going 7-3. And finding themselves in second place in the AL East, while the Orioles had come off a tough series in which they lost the final 2 games, both in walk-off fashion. Their first 2-game losing streak of the season. Their record is 5-4, and this will be the first division opponent of the season. So plenty to look forward to, plenty to get excited about. We're going to take a look at the starting pitchers and the lineups here. Hey, there's Mr. Whip. The Whip. Sean the Whip is in the chat with us. By the way, hello there to Luis and Custom. Folks, don't worry if you don't want to participate in the interactive chat. No worries. People will be filing in as the game goes on. But it's always open for you, and it does require to subscribe to the channel. You can always unsubscribe if that's what you'd like to do. But, again, the goal right now with this being an early doors here with the channel. Oh, there's one other thing. Did you guys see back here? The bird watcher trying to add a little bit of flavor to the scene here. I've got a very small, but where is it? Is it that way? Or which way do I point? Yeah, this. There's a little Orioles something there for you, okay? Okay? I'm limited to Orioles merch living on the other side of the planet, but that's a little something in here in the crow's nest. All right. So, yeah, we're looking at today's game here. And Corbin Burnes is going to be on the mound. Brayan Bello, rhymes with Mayo, will be on the mound for the Red Sox. These are the two respective starters on opening day. Pitching on another opening day, the Fenway Park opening day. Burnes and Bello come in with a record of 1-0. Burnesy has an ERA of 2.31. Bello with an ERA of 5.40. Actually, the highest ERA on the Red Sox staff. The Red Sox coming in with the 7 wins and 10, mainly based in what has been the best pitching, the best ERA in baseball. They're only giving up about 2 runs a game. In fact, I think they've scored 49 and given up 20. That's 10 games, so quick math, 4.9 runs scored to 2 runs against per game. They're only giving up 2 runs a game. That's pretty tough, especially considering our bats have been rather cold coming out of that Pittsburgh series and actually even extending back into the series against Kansas City. That's going to be the big storyline today. It's going to be the Red Sox. How legit is this rotation? How legit is the pitching staff as a whole versus this Orioles lineup, which has been scuffling? Let's say, at best, they've been scuffling. Let's look at these lineups. And we're going to have first pitch here in just a couple of minutes. Let me make sure this game is up. It is opening day. They have the festivities. Sometimes first pitch isn't on time with these sort of situations. But we are standing by. And what is this? That is not what I'm looking for. All right. This is where you need to fill airtime, Steve, while you sit here and navigate through the menus. Which, again, it's a complete DIY operation going on over here. Oh, boy. This is a 1:10 p.m. start time, right? 2:10 p.m., 1:10 a.m. my time. Okay. Oh, this would be embarrassing. Okay, here we go. Here it is. All right, your boy, the bird watcher. Hang in there. He's a one-man show, but once the game gets started, he's gonna help you out. Okay, there we are. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take down the volume on that as they play Bye Bye Miss American Pie. Okay, let's take a look at these lineups here. For the Orioles, a couple of changes you might notice. Gunnar Henderson, top of the order, no changes for the most part. Gunnar Henderson will lead off, play shortstop. Adley Rutschman, the catcher, bats second. Anthony Santander in right field. He'll hit third. Ryan O'Hearn is the cleanup hitter and playing a DH. Ryan Mountcastle at first base, batting fifth. Cedric Mullins hitting sixth in center field. Colton Cowser is in left field. He'll be patrolling the Green Monster today. He's in the seventh spot. Ramon Urias in the lineup. Ice cold bat one for 17. He'll be at third base, batting eighth. And Tony Kemp getting a rare start at second base. He'll bat ninth. For the Red Sox, I want to make sure I've got these names right. It's Jarren Duran, right? Jarren? Yeah. All right. Jarren Duran will lead off and play left. Rafael Devers at third base will hit second. Tyler O'Neill in right field will hit third. He's a red hot, as is Duran. Tristan Casas at first base. He'll hit fourth. Matasaka Yoshida, the designated hitter, batting fifth. Cedane Rafaela, hopefully I got that right, will bat sixth and play center field. Emmanuel Valdez is at second base, hitting seventh. Reese McGuire, the catcher, batting eighth. He's also off to a great start, leading the team in RBI with 8. And finally, I believe it's David Hamilton. This is a name I'm not too familiar with. Just 4 at-bats on the season. Yes, David Hamilton, infielder, will get the start at shortstop for the Red Sox. Right. I did not realize that the Red Sox have Nick Pivetta and Trevor Story on the DL. So Story will not be around for this series, nor will Pivetta. You might want to take a look at the next 2 days here and see what the pitching matchups are supposed to be. But in the meantime, they're playing this very long song. Again, it's opening day. I don't know what Fenway's doing. You know how Boston is. These Bostoners with the Sweet Carolines, you know, and their journeys and All right, let me take a look at chat here while we're waiting on some stuff and try to say hello. Hey, Pure, Jaron Duran. All right, hopefully we'll be hungry like the wolf today and get the win. The Orioles need to get things going. Maybe our reflex is a little bit off at the plate right now. But, are there any other Duran songs I can think of? I'm sure they'll come to me. Mabel, welcome back. Mabel, I remember you back in chat. Again, Sean the Whipple is in chat. He's our moderator today. 1 or 2 other moderators might be popping in to help out. Sean's also our resident minor league reporter. So along with helping me promote the channel and keep things in order with chat, Sean will keep us informed with what's happening in the minor leagues. You might have heard this kid named Heston Kjerstad. He's got like 25 RBI in like 9 games. It's crazy. He's on pace for 100 RBI by like June. What's going on in Norfolk right now is nothing short of historic with the team we got down there right now. All right, Mabel, good to see you. Be here as long as you can. I'm sure things will get more exciting as the game goes on. Charles, good to have you back. Dr. Afro Dog, how you doing? Custom albums, all right, I think we're caught up. This is good. All right. I needed a chance to just exhale because your boy here trying to throw this stuff together, and I need to figure out how to keep myself sitting to where I can have this tiny little Orioles poster visible to people. I'm in the tiny little corner of your screen with a tiny little Orioles poster, but it's there. Okay, I got my hat on today as well. I've gone full Oriole today. Got the orange shirt on. All right, check it out. I do have some other notes I want to go over. First things first, Oriole fans out there, if you're listening to me now, or maybe it'll be later, listen, hear me now, and believe me later, okay? To borrow a phrase from the late 80s of Saturday Night Live. Do not panic. Do not panic. I repeat, do not panic. The Baltimore Orioles are going to be all right. The kids are all right. I repeat, the kids are all right. Folks, I know we lost 2 games in a row for the first time this season. That's tough, but it happens. It's 162 games. Long way to go. We got a winning record. Now, here's something to keep in mind, okay? Now, when we looked at the schedule at the start of the season, at least if you were like me, you saw teams like Kansas City and the Angels and the Pirates early in the season. See, now I'm getting worried because the Gunnar Henderson, what is going on with this game? I wanted to sit here and try to give Orioles fans a chance to, put things into perspective. But I want to make sure I've got this stream up correctly. I'm looking at Red Sox highlights. I don't know if this is the Nesson broadcast, and it would appear for Tim Wakefield. It looks like a Tim Wakefield tribute going on right now. Number 49, former knuckleballer, Tim Wakefield. Legend in Boston. So yeah, unless my stream is way behind, we're not quite yet ready for first pitch. Although, yeah, okay, it's saying now at this screen delayed right here. Okay. So don't worry, folks. It says now at bat Gunnar Henderson, but there is a delay. The Red Sox have a lot of people out on the field right now with this opening celebration. And now I can hear the crowd. It is a beautiful looking afternoon here in Boston. It has to be said. Of course, it's a packed crowd. Home opener. All of the important dignitaries of the Red Sox organization on hand. There's military present, standing along the Green Monster and the warning track. It's quite a spectacle. It's quite a sight. You know, it's nice to be a part of home openers, whether it's our own or an opponent's. We got to check it out in Pittsburgh, and now we're getting it again here in Boston. First division matchup here. The 5-4 Orioles against the 7-3 Red Sox. Again, it's going to be Corbin Burnes on the mound against Brayan Bello. Okay. Hey there, David. Good to have you in here. Right. So yeah, the part of my the completely unneeded, but I'm willing to dish it up to Birdland to keep them calm pep talk, which is, again, guys, don't worry. As I was saying, we looked at this schedule and we said, man, we should be doing well here in April. We should be rolling in the wins. And we were. We started off with 2 out of 3 against the Angels, and we took 2 out of 3 against the Royals. And, we go to Pittsburgh, we win the first, and the thing is, folks, if we have just one play go our way in those last 2 games, if it wasn't a Pittsburgh walk-off, if the Orioles found a way to win one of those 2 games, we're talking about a 6-3 record. We're talking about 3 series wins in 3. What do you want? We're 5-4. We'll be fine. If we win today, we're 6-4. That's a 600 winning percentage. That's on pace for 97 wins. We're fine. It's early doors. The most important thing to worry about right now is the Orioles' bats. It's having good at bats, particularly in these early innings. That's been the number one bugaboo with this team for the past week or so. First, second, third innings, first time through the lineup. Third, fourth, fifth innings, second time through the lineup. Maybe a hit here or there, but for the most part, it's been a lot of quick and unsuccessful at-bats. So that's what I'm hoping for today, to just see some quality at-bats early on, try to get to this pitcher early, give our pitcher the lead, and try to nail it down. But do not fret, Birdland. Do not fret, okay? That's my my number one thing. Oh, by the way, Jackson Holiday Watch. For those who are wondering, when might we see Jackson Holiday? Well, we're not going to see him today, tomorrow, or the next day. But as early as 4 days from today, we just might see him. That's when his service time clock ticks over, and an extra season of service time for the Orioles organization. Also, I wanted to shout out the Ryan Ripken channel on YouTube, the Ryan Ripken podcast. He had a fantastic podcast on our off day yesterday. Had on Jeff Passan, and Passan was on there doing his thing, dropping Passan bombs. And then he goes and brings on Heston Kjerstad. And, you know, Kjerstad's down there in Norfolk dropping bombs. So it was a bomb of a show, and I mean that in nothing but the best possible way. Hey, Sean, the Whip Whipple, would you be able to maybe drop a link in, maybe go copy-paste it into the chat for the Ryan Ripken YouTube channel? I'd love to promote his channel and let him know the Birdwatcher is here to support what they're doing, because it's another place for Orioles fans on YouTube. Oh, and one last thing. For those watching, for the best experience, if you're watching the game on a television, maybe with the sound down while having my broadcast on, you want to sync things up, right? That would be best. Well, I can tell you for sure that whatever you're watching is either going to be ahead of me or on time, most likely ahead. So here's what you do. All right, your boy's got you covered. You take your remote, all right, and keep it in your hand there. As soon as an out is recorded, hit pause. At some point, whenever you think to do it, an out happens, hit pause. Then wait for me to call that out myself. And as soon as I do, unpause it. Boom. You're synced for the rest of the way. Otherwise, folks, again, I apologize, but just the way things are, not everything is instantaneous. I am going to be a little bit behind here on the scoreboard that you're watching on the screen. And if things do get rather tight and dramatic, I'm probably going to take this screen down for a sec, because I don't want anything to get spoiled. You hear what I'm saying? Wow, this is quite a... Boy, they really had no plans on first pitch being the actual time. I mean, this seems like it's the beginning of the opening day festivities, not the end. It's a giant tribute for Tim Wakefield, and I got to tell you, the crowd here in Boston looking rather emotional. All right. There's a lot of festivities going on here, a lot of ceremonies here. Just sort of watching it myself, I guess I need to learn, Steve, you're no longer simply a viewer. You're now a broadcaster. You need to say the things you're seeing, Steve. That would be good. Hey there, Fitzy. How's the opening day celebration stuff? As far as your Red Sox go, it's looking like top class, to be honest. Giant 2004 World Series banner being taken down now after hanging over the monster. Huge tribute for Tim Wakefield. Shots of the crowd looking pretty teary-eyed with the whole thing. Yep. Okay, so the field is now getting clear. Boy, that didn't take long. 10 seconds ago, there was probably 500 people on the field somewhere, and now they're clearing it up. So we're going to commercial, and I got a feeling when we get back, first pitch will be happening. Again, we're already 15 minutes past the scheduled first pitch, and your boy, the Birdwatcher, needs a beverage. You know what? I got something to do. Why don't we, with this extra time, go to Manager's Corner for a minute? We're going to check in with our buddy Earl Weaver in Manager's Corner. Why not? My channel isn't monetized yet, so until it is, here's Earl.
But let's get to something else. Alice Sweet from Norfolk wants to know the best time to put in a tomato plant.
Alice Sweet ought to be worried about where the fuck her next lay's coming from, rather than where her next goddamn tomato plant's coming from. If she'd get her ass out to fucking bars at night and go hustling around the goddamn street, she might get a prick stuck in her once in a while. I don't understand where these questions are coming from, Tom. That's about it from Manager's Corner. Go fuck yourself, and the fuck with your show coming up next on the Baltimore Orioles Baseball fucking Network.
Thank you, Earl. Thank you. All right. And speaking of links, while I'm here, hey, for Orioles fans, I got a link for you. put this to the side. This video or this YouTube. Wait a minute. Where did it go? I'm trying to grab it here. Control. Come on over here. There it is. Hey, thanks for the compliment there, Thomas. It's small, but it took a lot of work to get an Orioles poster halfway around the world. But yeah, this is a link to an Orioles 1962 sort of spring training get to know the ball club video narrated by the legendary Chuck Thompson. Some fantastic footage of the 1962 Baltimore Orioles team in spring training and early season action. This is the Jim Gentile era Orioles. Of course, Brooksy was already on the team. And there's some great footage of Earl Weaver, at that time a minor league coach, using the old fungo bat, hitting grounders during spring training. It's a fantastic video. It's about a half hour long. If you're an Orioles fan, this is gold right here. This link I got in chat for you. Okay. All right. We're just now getting a fly over here at Fenway. Or no, that's I guess that's a replay. Okay. We should be very close to first pitch. And okay, the volume is down. And yeah, guys, the poster that's over my shoulder here, it just might peel off the wall because I've got this sort of double-sided tape that you use for posters. But for whatever reason, the adhesive isn't as strong as I'd hoped, and the poster came curled up. I should have uncurled it and flattened it out for a few days before I tried to put it up. But for now, it's holding strong. We've got an Orioles poster up. I got an Orioles hat on. I got an orange shirt on. I mean, what more can I do? That's the most I can do. Your boy, the bird watcher, he travels lightly. You know, a digital nomad. That's what they call it. You know, I've got enough for one suitcase and one backpack. I travel light. All right. Hey there, Daniel Barry. Hello there, Bill Holland. All right. It is the Boston broadcast here. I'm ready for some baseball. I don't know about you guys. My God, let's get this game going. I mean, the Orioles. There's one thing I hate more than a losing streak. It's a losing streak followed by an off day where I got to sit an extra day to think about it. Let's get out there. Let's get the bats cracking. Let's do something to get going here early. This is what's going to happen. I'm calling it right now. Adley Rutschman going to hit a home run here in the top of the first. Hasn't hit a homer yet. It solves two problems. It gets Adley his first home run. He's hitting over 300. Why not? And then it also wakes up the rest of the lineup. It gets an early run on the board. I'm calling it. Rutschman with a first inning shot. Once again, it'll be Henderson followed by Rutschman and Santander leading off the top of the first. O'Hearn, Mountcastle, Mullins, Cowser, Urias, and Kemp round out the lineup. And there's Sean the Whipple adding the Ryan Ripken channel link there as well. Again, you should go over and subscribe and hit that notification bell as well because he does live podcasts. You can get it on his chats. He and his group of merry men are very good at interacting with those in chat, including myself. So, again, I'm really happy to see Ryan Ripken's channel grow and see the turnout so far for my channel. It just lets me know that there is an audience for this, and I hope you guys join along with me. In fact, I guess the other thing I'm going to have to monitor today, as far as a sub goal for my channel, that's right, folks. Subscribing to help grow the channel is a priority of mine. My number one priority is to just call these games because I'm gonna have fun doing it. I can't wait to document all of this. But just to let you know, by subscribing, you're going to help this channel be exposed to more and more people and just help the channel grow more. So that's the big thing. I don't have any monetization at this point. There's no ads. There's no nothing. It's just one guy throwing this thing together and watching a lot of people turn out. So we'll check in on this old live count here later. But for now, sit back and enjoy the game. Gunnar Henderson is striding up to the plate right now. And I can tell because the first pitch is already on the screen. So we'll have a bit of an idea of how much of a delay I'm looking at. If I see a second pitch on the screen before I see the first on my screen, that's a little too much. All right, here we go. All right, looks like we're going to be 2 pitches behind. The first pitch to Henderson is fouled off, and we are underway. Opening day here at Fenway Park. Orioles, Red Sox. This is the 10th game of the season for the Orioles. Again, a record of 5-4. The 0-1 to Gunnar. Hit on the ground to the right. First baseman has it. Flips to Bello covering. And Henderson is retired on a ground out. 4-1. Or is that 3-1? 3-1. I'll get that right. 3-1. All right. So I called it. You know what? Since I called it, I'm already pulling a okey doke on everybody. I apologize. But you know, I'm calling it a Gunnar Henderson home run, and gosh darn it, I want to see it happen. Or excuse me, an Adley Rutschman home run. First pitch to Adley's inside for ball 1. 96-mile-an-hour sinker from Bello. Gunnar hitting, Adley hitting 303. Again, still looking for his first home run, 5 RBI. And the 1-0 pitch is low. Okay, 2-0. You got to believe, right, David? You got to believe. And your boy, the Bird Watcher, believes. 2-0 pitch is in there at the bottom of the zone, 2-1. Rutschman, very familiar with opening day at Fenway. Last year, made a big splash by going 5 for 5. Love to see something like that today. The 2-1. This one's lined, and the second baseman's able to spear it on the outside, on the outfield grass, and is able to throw out Adley. 2 down. Well, Adley didn't do it on that at bat, but I'm still calling it. It's going to happen today. I can feel it. I can feel it. 2 down, and here is Anthony Santander batting from the left side. Pitch to him is a called strike. Bottom of the zone on the outside corner. 97-mile-an-hour sinker. And the next pitch is fouled. Looks like off of Santander's leg as he'll walk it off here. Actually, he bends over from the waist. That got him pretty good, apparently. He's holding just below the knee there. Oh and 2 on Anthony Santander. 2 down, just getting underway here. Top of the first at Fenway Park. Orioles, Red Sox. Beautiful, sunny, perhaps a little bit chilly, but sunny and warm looking day in Fenway. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Popped up foul off to the left. That was a changeup. So we've seen sinker, slider, changeup from Bello. Infield shifted over for Santander to pull. Same goes for the outfield. The 0-2 popped up. on the infield, right near the mound, right behind the mound. The third baseman, Devers, makes the catch, and the Orioles go 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the first. Orioles nothing, Red Sox coming up. All right, I'm starting to get into the flow. I got to tell you. I don't know what it is, but to start these streams, which is the worst, because I need to just relax and let my personality out. Just, relax. But I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to think of the 25 different things I want to sneak in, and I barely snuck it all in with the 25-minute long ceremony there. So I don't know. I got to figure out how to consolidate my intros. Maybe I need to go on a little bit earlier, just to work everything in. Maybe help grow the audience a little bit before first pitch. This is just your boy thinking out loud. Okay, I'm reaching in for my coffee drink. It's already that time. What do we got here? Okay. I got something special here. They call this Apollo coffee. It's a version of Thai coffee. Very strong. All right, some of the ice is already melted. Let's get this puppy going here. That's right. No Natty Bows or PBRs or anything for me out here. Your boy has to drink caffeine. All right, it's going to be Duran, Devers, and O'Neill for the Red Sox coming up. Duran is going to come in with a .349 average. Been a tough out at the top of this Red Sox order with him and Tyler O'Neill. Okay. Burnes is out there on the mound. First pitch. Outside, ball one. A couple inches off the plate. Cut fastball. All right. Hey, Cam, how you doing? My day is going okay. We'll see. Here's a ground ball. Mountcastle's got it and will race to the bag to beat Duran. Ground out to third. Mountcastle looking steady as usual with the glove. One down. And that'll bring up... Who will that bring up? Rafael Devers. Left-handed batter, third baseman. Devers with that somewhat unorthodox batting stance with the front leg held sort of behind the rest of his body. It's I guess you'd call it an open stance. Giant bend at the knee. A little bit of a delay here. Still 0-1 on Devers. Okay, here comes the next pitch. And it's popped up. High pop up. Way up there. Left field. Cowser has it. 2 down. So 2 outs on 4 pitches for Burnes. And that'll bring up one of the hotter hitters in the first 10 days of the season here, Tyler O'Neill, who's looking like a fantastic off-season acquisition. O'Neill, formerly of the Cardinals, coming over. Got off to a hot start with a opening day home run and hasn't really let up since. First pitch to him is a called strike. Cut fastball at 95 miles an hour. He's hitting .357. 5 home runs, all solo shots. 5 homers, 5 runs batted in. The 0-1 pitch is just a bit inside, 1-1. Cameron, unfortunately, no. No eclipse on this side of the planet. It's the path of the eclipse was completely on the North American side. Here's a pitch in the dirt, and the count 2-1. Two down, nobody on, and the 2-1 pitch to Tyler O'Neill is swung on and fouled back 2-2. Currently ranked first in OPS and slugging in the league. That is a hot start. Here's a breaking ball, swung on and drilled. This ball's going to go over the monster by some distance. Tyler O'Neill continues to be red hot, and the Red Sox crowd is on their feet. 6th home run already, all solo shots for Tyler O'Neill. My goodness. By the way, if Fitzy, if you ever listen to this broadcast, you know I told you that O'Neill was a solid pickup for you guys. Like, I get it. It's been a couple of seasons of substandard production after a really solid 2021 season. Sort of put up some injury-prone years where the numbers weren't so good. Red Sox scooped him up, gave him a chance, and he is off to a flying start. 1-0 Boston, 2 down here in the first. And here's Tristan Casas. First pitch to him is in there for a strike, outside corner at the knees. Now, that ball was well over the monster, maybe out onto the street. One and one to Casas and a curveball in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Breaking ball outside, 3-1 now. Casas hitting .237, 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. Bit of a slow start for him. Left-handed batter takes a called strike at the bottom of the zone. He thought he had ball 4. Count will run full, 3-2. 2 away, a run in here in the bottom of the first. Here's a ground ball through the hole between shortstop and second for a base hit. A 2-out knock by Tristan Casas. And the inning will continue for Masataka Yoshida, the Red Sox DH. So Burnes gives up the first inning homer and now a 2-out single. First pitch coming here to Masataka Yoshida is a called strike. Burnes is out there today. It wasn't his turn in the rotation, but with the off day, a chance to skip our number 5 starter, Cole Irvin, and put our ace out here against the Red Sox ace. This one is grounded off the end of the bat slowly to second, and Kemp will get it to first in time to win the inning. But the Red Sox get on the board, and they do it in the way that they've been doing it so far in the first week and a half of the season. A Tyler O'Neill solo home run. At the end of one, it's Boston 1, the Orioles nothing. All right. Just as a reminder, today's broadcast is brought to you by the Orioles Birdwatcher channel. the Orioles Birdwatcher channel, the only sponsor of this very new channel itself. Join the Orioles Birdwatcher channel today by subscribing below. There's no commitment, no payments, no salesman will visit your home, and feel free to unsubscribe if you need to, but again, no obligations, no commitments, no salesman will visit your home. It's easy. Join the Birdwatcher channel today. Become a bird watcher. All right. I'll work on that sales pitch. Ryan O'Hearn will come up to lead off at the top of the second. The Orioles retired 1-2-3 in the first. Ooh, that coffee is something. I might need that ice to melt a little bit. That is strong. Wow. Okay. Whew. Mayo coming out for his second inning of work. And again, Ryan O'Hearn will lead it off. Left-handed batter DHing today. The Red Sox wearing the 49 number as a patch on their left shoulders in tribute to Tim Wakefield. First pitch for a called strike, 0-1, and the next one is low. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan O'Hearn leading off here in the second. Mayo kicks and deals, and this one's lifted into right center field. The center fielder will call off the right fielder, Duran, making the catch out there. O'Hearn looking to shoot the gap, but the ball wasn't barreled up quite enough to shoot between those outfielders. It hung up there. 1 away here in the top of the second, and here comes Ryan Mountcastle. Mountcastle has gotten off to a fantastic start for the Orioles, both at the plate and in the field. He's got my vote for early season team MVP. This one is chopped foul off to the left, an 87-mile-an-hour slider on the inside edge. The 0-1 to Mountcastle is a fastball in there that had rising action to it, 94 miles an hour on the inside edge. 0-2 on Mountcastle. And the next pitch is tapped back in the mound, and then the second baseman behind him will field. Throw to first in time. Mountcastle grounds out to second base. 2 down. 5 up, 5 down for the Orioles on 16 pitches. This is precisely the issue the Orioles have been facing at the plate as a team. They have made 5 outs on 16 pitches. That's 3 pitches per at bat. That's not working counts. That's making quick outs. Cedric Mullins is in there with a 143 average. Couple of homers, 7 runs batted in. So the average is low, but the hits he has gotten have been big. Sinker outside, 2-0. Two down, bases empty, top of the second. 1-0 Boston here. And the next offering from Bello is top of the zone for a called strike. 2-1. Well, hello. This one's low and in, 3-1 the count. This one's fouled back, then the count will run full now. 3-2, 2 down here in the top of the second. And the payoff pitch is outside, not even close. Mullins will take a walk, and the Orioles have their first base runner of the ball game. A 2-out walk, and that'll bring up Colton Cowser. Sound the Cowser alarm, folks. We need a 2-out hit here. Let's go. A little 2-out rally. Come on. Cowser getting the start over Austin Hayes, and folks, it had to be done. It just had to be done. First pitch to him is low and in for ball 1. Cowser's gone 5 for his first 11. He's only made 1 start, I believe, in the first 9 games. All the other at-bats have been pinch hits. Maybe this is his 3rd start. He's only made 1 or 2 starts, but he's getting the start today. And the 1-0 to him is bottom of the zone. There goes Mullins. Mullins steals second base. It was a high throw down there from McGuire, the Red Sox catcher, but Mullins appeared to have beaten the throw, whether it was on target or not. A good sight to see. Cedric Mullins with a nice jump, and he gets his 2nd stolen base of the season. Now he's in scoring position. The Orioles can tie the game with a base hit now. 1-1 pitch is inside, 2-1. That's what we need to do. We need, again, this is our strengths. Get guys on base. Start looking for ways to get an extra base. Get guys in scoring position. 2-1 the count on Cowser. The pitch is low and in, 3-1. Okay, we got a hitter's count. We've got a hitter's count. Hey there, Jason. But gotta have more cowbell. Come on, Colton. The 3-1 pitch. Here comes the big pitch. Oh, that one's laced down the right field corner near the pesky pole, but it's foul. Oh, he almost snuck in a cheap home run down that short right field foul line here at Fenway. But it was hit harder than it was far, and he pulled it. Count will run full here. Runner at second. Payoff pitch with 2 down to Colton Cowser. Swung on and hit off to the opposite field. And it's going to hit off the monster for a hit. That'll score a run. Cowser slides into second with an RBI double. And the Orioles turn on the sprinklers. It's an early run. A 2-out rally, a walk followed by a stolen base and an RBI double from Colton Cowser. Ladies and gentlemen, the cows are loose. We have finally allowed Colton Cowser to get a start against a right-handed pitcher. Why else do we have him? All right, the spot is his until further notice. All right, Cowser at second now, and first pitch swinging here. This is going to end the inning, as I believe that's Urias popping out to third base on the foul side of the line to end the inning. Just to verify, yes, that was Urias making the final out of the inning. But the Orioles hurry up and tie up the ball game thanks to a Colton Cowser 2-out RBI double. That's a clutch hit and a clutch spot for a guy that deserves to be in the lineup, particularly when you consider how most of the bats are ice cold right now. So the Orioles, very happy to see with a run on the board. Let's go. Bottom of the second we go. It'll be Rafaela, Valdez, and McGuire due up for Boston. Now here's a topic for conversation. You know, the Orioles, our team is built to sort of play at Camden Yards, right? We got the big big left field, and then we put Santander in right field. Nice spot for him. Shorter area, shorter acreage to cover, and then you got a wall to bounce things off of, right? But you come to Fenway, and it's sort of the opposite, right? Fenway, there's barely any left field at all. Meanwhile, right field, you got a deep well down there. Once you get past that pesky pole, that deep well down in the corner there. And then, of course, stretching out where the bullpen is towards center, it's a giant patch of field. It almost makes sense to me if Santander were comfortable to put him in left field games at Fenway and maybe put Hayes or Cowser, a more quicker guy with more range in right field. I don't know. Just a thought. We're about to get started here in the bottom of the second. Yeah, Rob, the noticeable absentee in today's lineup, Jordan Westburg getting the day off. Here's a first pitch to Rafaela. It's in there for a called strike on the inside edge. A front door slider there from Corbin Burnes. Next pitch, again with a slider, but this time it breaks outside, even at 1-1. Next pitch is hit hard on the ground. Shortstop Henderson with a backhanded play throws across his body in time. Nice play there by Henderson. You'd like to see him make a play like that. It was not routine. He had to throw off of his body, across his body, after fielding it in the hole there. Of course, things ended in heartbreaking fashion against the Pirates with Henderson attempting a fantastic double play move. This one's lined into center field. Mullins comes on, makes the catch. That one hung up there long enough for Mullins. That was so quick I forgot it was even hitting. That was Emmanuel Valdez who was up there to see one pitch. He flies out to center field. 2 down, nobody on in the bottom of the second. Here's Reese McGuire, who, despite the fact that Tyler O'Neill now has 6 home runs, your RBI leader at the moment for the Red Sox, McGuire with 8. And so far, through the first 3 series, he has sat for 1 game of each series. So sort of a semi-platoon with the other catcher, and still he leads the team with 8 RBI. 1-0 the count on McGuire. And here's one at the bottom of the zone. Called strike, 1-1. Rob, it's kind of early to say. Burnes, much like a lot of Orioles starters, gives up an early home run, but it's a solo shot. Otherwise, he's been looking okay here in the second. He's got 2 out and trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. 1-1 pitch is outside. 2-1. McGuire, a left-handed batter. 2-1 is upstairs. Wow. Nowhere near the zone. 3-1 now. That was a changeup that got away from Burnes. And the 3-1 pitch is low. McGuire tosses the bat and heads on down to first base with the free pass. A 2-out walk. A classic no-no in baseball, the old 2-out walk. That'll bring up David Hamilton, the number 9 hitter, getting a rare start. He's got just 4 at-bats on the season. He's probably the Red Sox version of Tony Kemp in terms of playing time and pecking order here on the roster. This first pitch is a called strike to Hamilton, 0-1. Runner at first, 2 down. Tie ball game here in the bottom of the second. Opening day at Fenway. Here's a check on the runner. He's back in standing. The 0-1 pitch to David Hamilton is up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's another changeup that was left high in the zone by Burnes. Doesn't feel like the ball's coming out of his hand the way he wants to on that pitch. A 1-1 pitch now. And a check swing called strike. 1-2. That one had the top of the zone on the outside corner. McGuire at first, 2 down. The 1-2 to Hamilton is just a bit inside. That cutter probably started right on the inside edge, but cut in a few inches. And Hamilton able to lay off. 2-2 the count. And the pitch is hit on the ground. Second base, Kemp was going to try to tag McGuire, who was coming in toward him at the second base bag, but thought better about it and just threw over to first to retire Hamilton. That'll do it for the Red Sox. We are through 2 innings here at Fenway. Going to the 3rd inning, tied at 1. Orioles will be sending up the 9-1-2 hitters. Kemp for his first at bat, and then we flip the lineup over for Gunnar and Adley. Let's go. I'm thinking, and you know what? Perfect timing. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the lovely Melanie Melgirl in chat. Melanie here with us. How you doing, hun? How are you doing? And look at Pure. Look at Pure coming in. Hyping up the channel. Folks, Pure here has his own channel as well. And I tell you what, Pure, you gave me mod privileges. You think I'm not going to return the favor? You think I'm not going to return the favor, Pure? Boom. Pure, if you want to drop in the link for your own channel at any time, feel free. Well, I say at any time. Three links per stream. How about that? Every couple of innings or something. Don't spam it, Pure. You know I'm kidding. All right. This coffee is really, really strong. RC in the house. Okay. I was a little bit concerned what sort of a turnout we might have today. I got a feeling as things go on, we're going to see a nice crowd come in and check out the ball game with us. But, you know, it's sort of a weird start time, day game, middle of the week. We got 44 people in here right now. And yes, hitting that like button, just a little tap of the like, it helps out the channel, and it's even a little bit of exercise. I think you burn half a calorie if you tap the like button. Look at that. The subs are already up to 270. That's fantastic. 10 subscribers since we started the stream, folks. I have a goal, and that goal is to get to 300 by the end of this series. But, hey, we can get there today maybe. Who knows? Tony Kemp is up. First pitch to him is outside for, well, it's on the outside corner for a called strike. Kemp, I believe, has, 6 at-bats on the season, 0 for 6, looking for his first hit. He tries to check a swing on a pitch low and in, but can't. A slider got him fooled. 0-2 the count to Kemp, leading off the top of the 3rd. After every out. All right. The 0-2 pitch is low. Another slider there to Kemp. One and two the count. Bayo's next offering is swung on and hit foul behind the plate. 96-mile-an-hour sinker that was up in the zone. Still 1-2. Hey, Fitzy, didn't I tell you, Fitzy, admit it, because there is video evidence on one of your streams when you had me on as a guest. I told you when I said, who did you guys pick up in the offseason? He said Tyler O'Neill. I said, you know, that might be a really good pickup for you guys because he's got some pedigree, and he's still pretty young. He's 28 years old. He's had a couple of down seasons. Swing and a miss by Kemp. He goes down on a changeup. 1 out here in the top of the third. So, Fitzy, yeah, just go ahead and tell your boy the Birdwatcher he was right. That picking up a guy like Tyler O'Neill might be a really nice piece of business for the Red Sox. Here's Gunnar now. 0 for 1 today. First pitch is right down Broadway for strike 1. Oh, of course you love him now. Let me know if you still love him when he goes through a 0 for 25 slump. This one's bottom of the zone, inside corner. Man, I got to tell you this, folks. I've been watching every pitch of this season. Gunnar Henderson, his average is at 200 right now. And a lot of people are saying, where's Gunnar? Where's Gunnar? I'm telling you, every pitcher is dotting the edges. This one is low, 1 and 2. He's had some strike. I'll get it out. He's had some strikeouts looking quite often, and they've always been pitches right on the edge. This one's low. This will even up the count at 2 and 2. So after falling behind, Gunnar works back into the count. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the third. 1-1 ball game. And the pitch is hit on the ground to the right. Second baseman has it. Valdez will throw over to first. Short throw. Henderson retired. He's 0 for 2. So that puts Gunnar now below 200 on the season. Oof. Come on, Gunnar. We got to wake up. We're facing nothing but right-handed pitchers. Unless there's been a change. Well, that's true. Hey, Fitzy, are you still here? Fitzy, I see Nick Pivetta you got on the 15-day DL. Who's in the rotation to replace him? And is he left or right-handed? Rutschman's up there, and he takes a strike. 0-1. Next one is popped up, and we'll get back into the crowd. And Story's out for the year. I saw Story on the DL as well. Yeah, I saw Story and Pivetta on the DL. I was like, I didn't know either of those things. Here's a ground ball. The second baseman playing on the shortstop side of the bag will field and throw out Adley Rutschman to win the inning. So the Orioles go quickly. 1-2-3. Bottom of the third. Tied at 1. All right. Oh. Let's see what's going on over here. You see, that's what I'm saying. I can see in the... I got to figure out a way to... I usually am sitting kind of with my elbow like this, and my head is perfectly blocking the only piece of Orioles stuff I got. This is all I got is this thing right here. This is all I got. I want it in the frame. I've got this little window here between my Midsommar poster and the Orioles poster. I don't know. Maybe if I just nail this chair down so it doesn't move. I have to sit just like this. Okay. Fantastic. Hey, Pure will be on later, guys. Game 2 of the Mets-Braves series. Mets with a huge win. Weren't they down 4-0 or something early against the Braves? Great win for the Mets. It's the Baltimore Birdwatchers versus the Boston Red Fitzies. That's right. I mean, come on. Baltimore Birdwatchers, by the way, if we weren't the Orioles, not a bad name. The Baltimore Birdwatchers. I kind of like it. Maybe I'm biased. Okay, bottom of the third coming up. Top of the order. Duran will step in here, leading off the second time in 3 innings. 0 for 1 so far today. Bottom of the third, just getting started. First pitch coming here from Burnes is called a ball inside. The 0-1 to Duran. Excuse me. Wait, I'm sorry. Duran is 0 for 1. The count is 1-0. I was looking at the wrong combination of numbers there. Okay, this one is a strike. 1-1 the count. Wow, another. Okay, that was a breaking ball. Both the changeup and curveball from Burnes today seem to be leaving his hand a little early, and they are landing high in the zone and outside of the zone. His command a little bit off so far. This one's over the plate but low, so a 3-1 count. Yeah, Burnes' command has not been sharp, it has to be said. He hasn't paid the price too much yet, but that's probably going to hurt his pitch count. 3-1 and a line drive right back at Burnes. He sticks the glove out to make the catch. Makes it look smooth as well. I mean, folks, 99.9% of us would probably shiver in fear with a ball getting lined back to us like that. Burnes made that catch look easy. That ball was hit hard. One away. Here's Rafael Devers. And there's a nice curveball for a called strike. Devers flew out back in the first. Averaged down to 212. Couple of homers, 3 RBI. Of course, the Red Sox expecting more from him. This one's hit hard on the ground. Kemp bobbles it a bit, but enough time to recover and will throw out Devers. 2 away. All right, that'll bring up Tyler O'Neill again. All right. What do we do? Who's on deck? Casas? I mean, I'm not saying we got to give Tyler O'Neill the Barry Bonds treatment or anything, but, you know, whatever you do here, Burnesy, don't give up another home run to this guy. First pitch to O'Neill. Nice one. Inside corner, just above the zone. Or just above the bottom of the zone, I should say. For a called strike. 0-1 on O'Neill. Solo home run, his first time up, accounting for the lone Red Sox run. Here's a check swing. Appeal down to first. No swing. 1-1. I'm now seeing a shot of 3 Red Sox fans, grown men, looking at their phones. It's, yeah. Phones. Here's a tapper foul behind the plate. 1-2 the count on Tyler O'Neill. 2 down, nobody on, bottom of the third. Spaceman's here. All right. Another plug. Hello, Space. All right. A plug before a hello. Nice to see you, Space. 2-2 the count on O'Neill now. And the next pitch from Burnes is swung on, popped up. Will it stay in play? Rutschman has a look. He's near the screen, and he then backs up a foot to make the catch. That ball stays in play, thankfully, as O'Neill, frustrated there, fouling out to the catcher. That ball just a couple of feet from getting out of reach. Instead, the inning is over. We're through 3. We go to the 4th, tied at 1. Oh, Space, come on. You're following all of the American League East, aren't you? You're a Yankees fan, right? You know how the Orioles are doing. Don't worry. We'll catch up to you, boys. You can't play the Marlins every day. You can't play the Marlins every day. I noticed, by the way, you know, here's an interesting stat while we have a Yankee fan here. Let me head on over the standings here. Let me point out a little something. A little something I noticed looking at the standings. Yeah, you see, you got your typical stats, your runs scored, runs against, differential, home record, away record. And then you got this, what's your record above 500 teams? In other words, how well are you doing against teams who are good? Like, say, the Orioles, who have played all 9 of our games against teams with winning records. Then I look over here at the Yankees. Gee, what's this empty space? Oh, you mean every team you've played through 11 games are losing teams? Might you be playing a soft schedule? Might your 9-2 record be somewhat, affected by that? I mean, here's Cleveland. Same deal. Cleveland's 8-2. They haven't played a team over 500 yet either. Now, to be fair, part of the reason why the teams they're playing are below 500 is because they're winning 2 out of 3 or sweeping those teams themselves. But again, they've played a couple of other series. Again, all losing teams. Just thought I'd point that out. Those are the only 2 teams in baseball that have yet to play a team with a winning record. All right, we're underway here. Anthony Santander, first pitch swinging is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. All right, we're back underway. Let me bring you back on over here. Oh, boy is right. Hey, I'm just pointing out a stat that stood out to me. Not to take away. You got to win games, and the Yankees have won 9 games, but I'm not looking at them as running away with this division quite yet. 0-2 the count on Santander, leading off the top of the 4th. This one's inside 1-2. All right, the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Santander chased one outside. Bayo gets the strikeout here. And that'll bring up Ryan O'Hearn. First pitch to O'Hearn from Bayo is bottom of the zone for a called strike. 86-mile-an-hour changeup. Bayo doing well to locate his pitches so far. Most stuff has been right on the edge of the zone. This one's popped up. Another changeup. This one's going to left field. Couple of steps in front of the track. The catch is made by O'Neill. 2 down. Go O's. That's right. Come on, Baltimore. Represent. We're playing division baseball. I don't like losing to the likes of Boston and New York. Gets me angry. All right, this one, the Mountcastle is low and away for ball 1. Ryan Mountcastle 0 for 1 today. But he's been the most consistent hitter in this Orioles lineup so far. This one's line foul. A little late on that fastball. Oh, a sinker, I guess. I guess Bayo's fastball is just his sinker. It's 96 miles an hour. I guess he doesn't throw a straight 4-seam or 2-seamer. The 1-1 pitch is line. Oh, off of Devers. Where did that hit off of him? Upon first glance, it looked like it bounced off his head. Either way, Mountcastle is going to reach. That ball was absolutely laced off the bat. It took one bounce. Let's see where it hit off of Devers. Oh, it just hit off his glove. Boy, I tell you, the glove was there to stab the ball. And they're showing Devers now looking at his glove as if to say, why didn't the ball go in there? That's another questionable fielding job there by Devers. It should go down as a base hit. That ball was stroked. But, Your average to above average fielding third baseman would probably make that play. It has to be said. Here's Ced Mullins. First pitch to him is a strike. And the next offering is hit into left field off the end of the bat. Going back is O'Neill, and he misplays the ball. That appeared to go right off his glove. Mullins is going to go to second, and only getting to third is Mountcastle, who had to hold up. We have second and third with 2 down. Oh, why did he hold up? Wait a minute, there's 2 outs. He should have been running all the way. That ball that should be an error on O'Neill. The glove was right there to make the catch. And it just hit off the end of the webbing. It almost looked like O'Neill was closing the glove a little early before the ball got in there. We got a conference out on the mound right now. 2 runners in scoring position with 2 down after a misplay in left field. Yeah, I'm not sure if Mountcastle was running hard from the get-go and just, Fenway's got a short left field wall there. By the time he got to third, maybe O'Neill had already picked up the ball and was throwing it in. Or maybe Mountcastle did sort of not run hard. I don't know. I want to believe Ryan Mountcastle was running right out of the gate. Either way, we got the right guy up here. With 2 down, it's Colton Cowser, and he takes outside for ball 1. Cowser has a 2-out RBI in this game, an RBI double back in the second inning, accounting for the only run so far for the Birds. Now a chance to drive in a couple more. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up, bottom of the zone. 1-1 on Cowser. Oh, I agree, David. I just, from what I could see, Mountcastle really wasn't close to, by the time they cut back to Mountcastle, he wasn't rounding third and then, sort of dancing to see whether or not it was, he was just getting to third when that ball was coming back. So who knows? I mean, maybe he stumbled somewhere between first and third along the way to slow him down a bit. But either way, we got a 1-2 count, and this one's low and outside, 2-2. Okay, we're getting to the point now where we're going to check on over to hey, thanks for the new sub. We got a 2-2 count with 2 out and 2 runners on scoring position. I want to make sure, and this one is hit, base hit, left center field, perfectly placed between the outfielders. That's going to be a 2-run. And he'll be safe at second. Cowser, aggressive base running as the ball is dropped. A 2-run, I think we'll call it a double. Make that 2 doubles and 3 RBI in the first 2 at-bats for Colton Cowser. He took that ball the other way. Oh, what a beautiful swing there in that spot. He knew exactly what he needed to do there. That was a really nice swing there. And yes, he does on the slide in, Cowser does a bit of a dance around the tag, and in the process, the ball came out of the glove. So Cowser at second, and here's Ramon Urias, 2 down, 2 runs in for the Orioles. They lead 3-1. 0-1 on Urias. Inside, 1-1. I mean, here we go. The Orioles with 3 runs here in 2 runs in this inning, 3 runs so far, and we're only in the 4th. This is not a sight I have seen for many a day. Offense early. This one's outside, 2-1. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get you back to right here. Okay. Actually, it's still showing Cowser at the plate on here. So now suddenly there you go. Who knows? All right, now they're caught back up with Urias. Here's the next pitch to, that's, okay. Now they're really caught up. 3-1 the count on Urias. And this one clips the bottom of the zone. Count runs full, 3-2. Folks, if you're here watching, this is the Bird Watcher calling the game for you. We got a payoff pitch to Urias. This one's hit on the ground, and it's hit slowly to third base. There's going to be no play. The pitcher gave a chance first to field it. It got past him, and then by the time it got to Devers, it was dribbling to a stop. So almost a swinging bunt there by Urias. He'll take it. Believe me, he will take that as a hit. That's only his second hit of the season. Cowser moves to third as the ball was kept on the infield. 2 down, runners at the corners, 2 runs in here in the top of the fourth. And here's Tony Kemp looking for his first hit of the season. He's 0 for 7. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss. Changeup. Bottom of the zone, where Bayo has been locating for most of the afternoon so far. He's on 66 pitches at the moment, so the count's starting to get up there for him. 67 is low, 1-1. It's not about stinking, Fitzy. I mean, well, okay, Tyler O'Neill absolutely butchered a catch down the left field corner. I don't know what happened there. All right, Endeavors kind of, you know what? Okay, they are stinking it up in the field. Here's a pop-up by Kemp. Shallow outfield grass. Shortstop Hamilton backing up to make the catch to win the inning. But the Orioles rally. The cow goes for the second time today, following a RBI double in the second, a 2-run double here in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's the Orioles 3, the Red Sox 1. Oh, yeah. Hey, let the divisional trash talking begin. Hey, you had a nice opening day ceremony. You had a nice West Coast road trip. That's a beautiful 7-3 record. Yeah, nice story for Tyler O'Neill. Great start for him. Your pitching staff has been lights out. But guess what? You haven't played us yet. The Birds are in town, and we're hungry. We are hungry. Actually, your boy, the Bird Watcher, feeling a little bit hungry himself. You got the middle of the order. Make some noise. Yeah. I heard some noise in the last inning. You know what noise I heard, Fitzy? I might need to go find a cow sound effect. We might have to get one queued up here. I'll try to cue one up for his next at-bat. By the way, I've already got a great Kobe Mayo call for whenever Mayo gets caught up. Should I reveal it now or should I wait for the magical moment? There's a lot you can do with a name like Mayo. But I went a little bit outside the box. As Johnny Damon is in the booth here with the Red Sox broadcast team. Boy, Johnny Damon, he's got some serious locks there. Johnny Damon, rocking the long hair. Looking like Glenn Danzig over here. Okay, 0-1 the count on Casas. Leading off here in the bottom of the fourth. Next pitch is a swing and a miss. Burnes locates a changeup on the outside corner. And who's that? Is that Kevin Millar? Is that Kevin Millar in the booth? Former Red Sox and former Oriole Kevin Millar. All right, 0-2 on Casas. Pitch to him. is low. Curveball dipping below the zone there. 1-2 the count. The cow goes. This one's low and in. A curveball breaking out of the zone. Casas able to lay off the count, even up at 2-2 now. Yeah, Giants, do you have this game on? If anybody can see how Johnny Damon is looking on the Nesson broadcast, please confirm for me that he looks like he's auditioning for Jesus Christ Superstar. Okay, full count on Casas. Nobody out, leading off the bottom of the fourth. The pitch is taken, ball 4. Curve ball from Burnes. Drops into the dirt. And Casas will have a leadoff walk. Boy, you hate to see that. Not a leadoff walk. The middle of the order up. Yeah, Johnny Damon. Boy, I thought my beard was unkempt. I actually tried to trim it down today. I hope I did well. The bird watcher trying to look good for you. This one's popped up. First pitch swinging by Yoshida. And this one's going to be a tough play. Does Kemp catch it? He goes into a slide. Did he catch that baseball? Did he catch that baseball? If he did, folks, that was an amazing play as Kemp was on a full bore run with his back to the ball. And he does make a sliding catch in foul ground. Wow. A basket catch in a slide with his back to the plate. Just a couple of feet away from the railing along the right field stands. What a play there by Kemp. Put a gold star next to that one. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. Swing and a miss. Rafaela going after a slider. Big cut and he missed. Rob, he's our ace. I mean, aces should be able to pitch on 4 days rest no matter what. And Burnes has got his normal rest. This is his normal days to start. We're simply skipping Irvin in the rotation. I don't mind Burnes being out there. I mean, he struggled a bit in the last start as well. He threw 100 pitches and couldn't complete 6 innings. I think he gave up 9 hits in 5 2/3. So Burnes not exactly throwing like an ace here in the last start and a half. But so far today, it's actually, you know, the pitch count is in better shape than the last start. We're on 52 here with 1 out in the fourth. Here comes the 1-1 Rafaela, and it's a swing and a miss. Top of the zone, cutter. Giants fan wants to see Damon. Are you a fan of Johnny Damon there, Giants fan? Somebody's got a thing for Damon. This one's hit on the ground, foul off to the left. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first, 1 out. Casas on first with a leadoff walk. Burnes kicks and deals. And a slider swung on and missed. Rafaela chased. That pitch started maybe on the outside edge, but slid about a foot off the plate. Rafaela flails at the plate. 2 down for Emmanuel Valdez. Valdez 0 for 1 today. His average down to $121. But he's got 6 RBI. That's pretty good for a 121 average. 6 RBI in the first 10 games. Runner at first, 2 down. And the first pitch to Valdez is outside. Cut fastball. Yeah, the thing with Burnes is, I don't know, it's strange. Like, his command is definitely not sharp. He is not sharp. But he's also got a nice arsenal of pitches, and he's mixing them up. He's keeping the Red Sox hitters somewhat off balance. This one's popped up on the infield. Burnes is looking to catch it and now gets out of the way from Mountcastle at the last second. Mountcastle taking charge there, makes the catch on the infield pop-up, and the inning is over. Red Sox do not score after a leadoff walk. We'll head to the fifth inning here. It's the Orioles 3, the Red Sox 1. Folks, this game is brought to you by the Orioles Birdwatcher channel. Thank you for that last subscription. The Orioles Birdwatcher channel, your home, your internet home for live Orioles coverage. Your boy, the Birdwatcher, fully committed to calling every game this season and hopefully more in the postseason. I'm on a mission from God. They told me I got to get the band back together. And when I heard that, I thought he meant start a YouTube channel and call Orioles games. I might have taken the message wrong, but so far, so good. So yes, that's my sponsor between innings. My own channel. Hey folks, just to let you know, it has been a fantastic first 10 days. I mean, let's face it, the channel officially started in the month of March. I covered a few preseason games. Didn't get a whole lot of people to come in, but boy, once the regular season started, it has been a steady, steady climb. It's great to see. Yeah, Burnes has got great movement. I agree. And he's got the, he's throwing the cutter, he's throwing the curve, he's throwing the changeup. It's just, particularly with the changeup and the curveball, the command is a little bit off. Luckily, he's gotten some of these Red Sox hitters to chase a couple of pitches out of the zone. $300 subs coming soon. Yes, the original 300. Folks, if you want to be a part of the original 300, come on, Sparta. Let's go. You're going to be one of the original 300 warriors of the Birdwatcher channel. This one's a called strike leading off here with Gunnar Henderson up there. He's 0 for 2. Boy, I'd love to see Gunnar just absolutely rip into a baseball. He needs it right now. The 0-2 is hit hard on the ground, but it's a foul ball down the right field line. Come on, Gunnar. Need to get off the schneid. I wasn't a huge fan of seeing Gunnar starting every day in the leadoff spot. This one's hit on the ground, and Gunnar winces in pain as that got him in the foot. He'll take a few steps out of the box to try to wait for that sting to go away. Here's a high fly ball in the right field. Not too deep. And it's caught out there by, excuse me, I must have blown it. So there's 2 Red Sox outfielders with arm sleeve tattoos. That's O'Neill in right field. Who's in left? Who made that error? Duran. Okay, so it's Jarren Duran. I'm sorry. I apologize. Jarren Duran and Tyler O'Neill, both with similar looking arm sleeve tattoos. I got confused. They're playing on opposite corners of the outfield. Duran made that error and left earlier in the ball game. Here's Rutschman at the plate. First pitch is a strike, and the next offering is a swing and a miss on a slider, 0-2. Rob, is that true? Irvin is on this schedule to start tomorrow. We could have gone with Grayson. Grayson could have been pitching with 4 days rest. I thought we were going to skip Irvin entirely and just use him out of the pen as a long reliever between starts. We got John Means down in AAA on rehab assignments. We might not need Cole Irvin in the rotation for much longer. 1-2 the count on Rutschman with 1 away. And this one swung on a miss, 96 miles an hour. Bello strikes out Rutschman, 2 away for Anthony Santander. So Cole Irvin is on for tomorrow, and then is it Grayson on Game 3, I'm assuming? Okay, I'll check the probable starters between innings here. 2 outs for Santander, and the first pitch is a strike on a slider, swing and a miss. Pitch number 78 is a little bit high and outside. A slider that didn't cut back over the outside corner. 1-1 the count on Santander. This one's popped foul. And the count goes to 1-2. Giants fan, the plan for me, my alter ego, permanently temporary, will be streaming tonight. And it has to be said, he put on a fantastic stream last night. He was hilarious. Here's the pitch that's fouled back. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes to Tony Santander. Bello up now to 80 pitches here in the 5th. So he's probably only going to be good for 1 more inning after this. And I would venture to say he's likely to get lifted at some point in the 6th. This one's popped up on the infield. Second baseman calling off everyone to make the catch. Inning over. The Orioles go quietly. But pitch count getting up there for Bello. We are halfway through this ball game. The Orioles lead 3-1. What was I going to check out here between innings? I already forgot. Oh, the probable pitchers. I mean, I'm a simple boy. I go to MLB.com for my probable pitchers. I'm a simple man. Let's see what they have to say. Just to verify. I'm supposed to hover over this and okay, thank you. Thank you. We probably have a few out-of-town scores to check on as well. I'll go over those in a sec. So yeah, Burnes on today. Yeah, I mean, to me, every other aspect of Burnes pitching today out the window. To me, it's just he's our ace. You know, he is a legit ace. He's one of like 8 or 10 guys in the league that you put out there every 5th day, no matter what. If somebody else's turn is up, you push him back a day for him. You want him to get as many starts in as possible. At least that's the way I treat it. And then look, this is a contract season for him. We've got a 1-year deal. Let's use him as much as we can. I mean, you know. So Irvin is scheduled to start tomorrow. The Red Sox don't have a pitcher lined up. This might have been Nick Pavetta's spot. Pivetta just going on the DL. So maybe we'll get lucky and the Red Sox will have to dip into their farm to bring in a starter or maybe use somebody out of long relief. I don't know, but a situation they probably wouldn't prefer. Maybe we can take advantage if we have to go with Irvin on the mound. And then a quick check as the bottom of the 5th is about to get started at the final game of the series. First pitch of the bottom of the 5th is a strike to Reese McGuire. Yeah, we rounded out with Grayson against Cutter Crawford. All right, there you go. Okay, 0-1 on McGuire, leading off the bottom of the 5th. Next pitch to him is popped up, foul behind the plate. 0-2. Not too much to update. He won't start throwing till winter. Who are we updating? Oh, Batista. Yeah. Yeah. So no chance at all that he comes back even for the postseason? Is that the case? Won't even start throwing until the winter. So, yeah, it's 2025 for Felix, unfortunately. 0-2 the count on McGuire. The next pitch is well outside. See, once again, there's a curveball that was just, I mean, you can look at your screen right here, folks. Look where this pitch was. If this isn't an indication, and this isn't the first time today that Burnes just, the ball isn't coming out of his hand on several occasions. Here's a check swing, and they appeal. We get the strikeout, a check swing strikeout of Reese McGuire leading off the bottom of the fifth. So that's another K for Burnes. Burnes only had 3 strikeouts in his last outing. That's his second today. That's another thing to sort of monitor. The strikeouts have been down in recent innings. Here's Hamilton, who's 0 for 1. There's a curveball that goes over the plate, although probably catching more of the plate than Burnes would have wanted. That was right down the middle. Had Hamilton been sitting on a pitch like that. 0-1 the count. Next one is another curveball. This one's a little bit more off the center of the plate. Either way, Hamilton does not seem interested in trying to hit a breaking ball here. Looking for something a little more straight. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the fifth. The Orioles lead 3-1. We're at Fenway Park for the opening day celebration here in Boston. This one's popped up. Right field. Santander coming in. It looks like he might have had trouble picking up the ball at first, but he comes in to make the catch. 2 away here in the bottom of the fifth. Yeah, Mabel, I think the whole ballpark knew that Felix was not a good situation. I mean, I was not at the ballpark, but I could feel through my TV the wind getting sucked out of the stadium when he had to walk off. 2 away for Duran, who comes up for his third at-bat. He's 0 for 2 today. Ground out, line out, and again, apologies for the earlier missed call. He's the one playing left field that made the error that led to that 2-run rally for the Orioles in the fourth. This one's fouled off, 0-2 the count. Again, Burnes, pitch count-wise, doing fine here at 67 pitches with 2 down here in the fifth. He could easily go another inning. Perhaps a bit more. And the pitch is off the plate outside by a couple of inches. 1-2 the count. Yeah, I think Burnes is just one of those, top-tier pitchers that they understand what's working for him in a given start, what's not working, and just, they battle. They just figure out what's going to work. Here's a nice cutter that is swung on and missed. That ball had a lot of movement. And Duran, on a ball in on the hands there, could not get the bat head around. He swings and misses to win the inning. We're through 5 here at Fenway, folks. We head to the 6th. It's Orioles 3, Red Sox 1. Baltimore sitting up the middle of the order. O'Hearn, Mountcastle, and Mullins. O'Hearn 0 for 2, but Mountcastle, part of that rally a couple of innings ago. Let's see if we can get the cow up there. If anyone gets on base. Oh, that's what I needed to do. Let's see how quickly I can do this. Can I track down a cow moo? There you go. Let's see how quickly I can get this done. Will this work? No, I don't need an ad. I need a cows mooing. No thanks. All right. That'll work. All right. All right. Get some, Colton. Get some. That's a rough one right there. Oof. You might want to see a doctor. All right, that's enough. Enough of that.
Pregame coverage starting at 6.
We're back underway here. Let me hurry up and get that sound down. All right. Top of the 6th we go. O'Hearn will lead things off. It's 3-1 Orioles here in the opening of a 3-game series with the Red Sox. First pitch to O'Hearn is low for ball 1. So Bello is out there. That's his 82nd pitch today. We'll see how far he can get in this inning. This one's low and in 2-0. So a nice start here for O'Hearn. Let's see if he can work this count. Maybe knock Bello out of this game. 2-0 pitch. That's a little low and in. Bello trying to paint that corner but couldn't find it. And now 3-0 on the leadoff man. The pitch is outside. A 4-pitch walk, and Bello might be running out of gas here. I got a feeling the Red Sox, if they don't already have somebody up, somebody is scrambling. That is a clear-cut sign that Bello might be at the end of his rope. A 4-pitch walk to lead off the 6th, and not too many pitches were even close. That'll bring up Ryan Mountcastle. 1 for 2 so far today. First pitch to him is low and in. That's 5 straight out of the zone. Bello can't find the zone. Mountcastle's average currently at 306. He's got a 1-0 count and a runner at first. The pitch is low. 2-0, 6 straight out of the zone. I told you Bello was gassed. That's 87 pitches. There's a lefty getting loose. It's Joely Rodriguez. I'm sure that'll make Fitzy happy. Joely Rodriguez, the lefty getting loose for the Red Sox. And there is a meeting on the mound, and this is so clearly to buy time for Rodriguez to get loose. The lefty is getting loose because following Mountcastle is Cedric Mullins and then Colton Cowser. So this could very likely be Bello's final batter, regardless of the outcome. Maybe if he were, I don't even want to say. I'm not going to jinx it. I refuse to reveal a situation where he might still stay out there beyond Mountcastle, but I'm not saying it. All right, here's the 2-0 pitch. And this one's Mountcastle fouls it off his foot or ankle or shin, somewhere down there in the lower leg. And that one got him hurt. He is wincing. 2-1 the count as Mountcastle's given a chance to walk this off. I'm curious how the whole pitch clock thing works on pitches like this where maybe the catcher takes a foul ball off his groin area or a batter hits a foul ball off the foot. I mean, surely they don't start the pitch clock right up, right? I don't know how they work it, but anyway, 2-1 the count, and this one's hit back to second base, flipped to second for one, to first, 2, a double play. That was a close bang-bang play there on the back end as Mountcastle was right there at the bag, but apparently they got it in time, flipped to second for one. Here comes the relay, and boy, that is close. I'd like to... The camera was panning down as that we never really got it. Boy, the Red Sox broadcast team, they're not even attempting to take a closer look at a bang-bang play. Meanwhile, there's some sort... And there you go. The Orioles are challenging the call. The Red Sox, it's so clear. The Red Sox broadcast team never even considered to say, wait a minute, that play at first was kind of close looking. But the Orioles are challenging. We have a break in the action here. Oh, actually, what the challenge is whether or not on the relay on the double play at second, whether or not they had a foot on the bag. We're just going to have to wait and see how they're going to finally call this. Mountcastle is still standing on the first base bag. He doesn't think he's out. To me, that's where the close play was. But I have still yet to see a replay showing a definitive shot of the ball beating the foot of the runner. So there you go, folks. We are getting the call, even though the challenge was that the runner at second might have been safe because nobody touched the bag. That call is upheld. But the play at first, where I thought Mountcastle beat it out, indeed he did. He is safe at first base. So there you go, folks. Your boy, the bird watcher, with better vision than the entire umpiring crew or the entire New England Sports Network broadcast team, because nobody even thought to say, wait a minute, was that even an out? I did. I said it right in the moment. But they tried to sweep it under the rug. They treated that play like Ohtani is treating the betting scandal. Just trying to pretend like it never happened. All right, breaking the action as the Red Sox will go to the pen. That's the end of the day for Brayan Bello. He's responsible for Mountcastle at first base. Otherwise, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 walks. Only 1 earned run. The other 2 runs were unearned. 3 strikeouts. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Orioles. 1 run on just 2 hits, 1 error for the Sox. So, yeah, I mean, the more I think about it, Burnes is, that's the thing. Burnes is not looking super sharp, but again, like someone pointed out, I think it was Mabel, the pitches have movement. They're moving around. It's just, sort of a lot of the pitches where you want to at least be close to the plate, maybe get the batter to offer at it. There's been probably 10 pitches in this game that have been a foot off the plate. So I don't know if it's a particular pitch. It seems like the changeup and then occasionally the curveball, there's a little bit of a command issue. But otherwise, it's been a good start for Burnes. It'd be nice to see him get maybe a couple of strikeouts in 1 inning. That's 3 today and 3 in his last start. That's 6 strikeouts in his last 10 2/3 innings. That's not Burnes-like. That's nowhere near a strikeout an inning. That's borderline a strikeout every 2 innings. There you go, Soren. How you doing? Welcome. Here is a pitch. First one from Joely Rodriguez is outside to Mullins. So let's get you caught up. Joely Rodriguez is on to replace Brayan Bello, a left-handed reliever. Cedric Mullins, a left-handed hitter, grounds one softly to first base. It's a simple matter of picking up the ball and tagging the bag there for Casas. Mountcastle will move in the scoring position now with 2 down, and due up is Colton Cowser. So Cowser finally a chance to start a ball game against a right-handed pitcher over Austin Hayes. And so far, how can you not say that this is exactly what the doctor has ordered? He's 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles and has driven in all 3 runs today. And here he is with yet another opportunity for an RBI. First pitch to him is a slider inside for ball 1. Rodriguez has struggled early. He's appeared in 4 games. An ERA of 6.75, and opponents are hitting .308 against him. Here's the next pitch, and another slider. He tried to find the inside corner, but it didn't break over the zone. Colton lays off, and he's got a 2-0 count. So a nice hitter's count situation. Cowser is hitting hot. Here comes the pitch. That one's in there. He takes it. 2-1. Yeah, Cowser does feel like he is just locked in. And the way the Orioles bats have been going, it's like, why would you not put this guy in the lineup? He wants to hit. Check swing here and appeal. No swing. So now he's got a 3-1 count here. And, you know, there comes a point where you got to just throw away the whole lefty versus righty, this or that. If a guy is hitting the way Cowser's hitting right now, you just got to throw him out there. Here's the pitch. And he's taking all the way. It's in there. The count goes full on a slider that was middle up in the zone. Full count on Cowser. The pitch is swung on and fouled at the plate. It'll dribble behind the catcher by a few feet. We'll do it again. Runner at second, 2 down. The Orioles up by 2 here in the top of the 6th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Cowser goes down swinging there. So the Orioles get a runner to second, but can't cash it in. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. They still lead this one 3-1. Due up for the Red Sox will be 2, 3, and 4. So if we are to get one more solid inning out of Burnes, you're going to want him out there to face this part of the lineup. Devers, O'Neill, and Casas due up. And then it's bullpen time. We'll see. After a day off, I would hope that pretty much everybody's available again now from the pen. We had to use a lot of pitchers in that extra inning game against the Pirates. Both games. The second game, we basically had to turn to Cano to try to close it because we used everybody else the previous day. Hayes, Mullins, Cowser, Kjerstad. Soren, where's Santander in the mix? My ideal outfield is Cowser in left, Mullins in center, Santander in right, and Kjerstad DHing. I like Ryan O'Hearn. I want to keep him here, but what I'm seeing happening eventually is Kjerstad becoming what Ryan O'Hearn is now, which is a left-handed bat. You put him in there every day against righties as the DH. Occasional starts, maybe at first or corner outfield, but his defense really is questionable. Anytime you break a guy into the bigs, you want to be able to play him somewhere, give him some positional, not everybody can just be Edgar Martinez and just be a DH from start to finish. But I got a feeling that'll be Kjerstad's path. Maybe a first baseman, DH, occasional corner outfielder. All right, we're ready to go here. Bottom of the 6th, Devers leading off. And the first pitch, we don't get the call. That was on the inside corner at the knees. But apparently a little bit too inside, maybe a little low. Not sure. Either way, Devers gets ball 1. And the next pitch is popped up. He chased one in on the hands. This one is hit third base side, backing off Urias as Henderson calls him off. Henderson in shallow left field makes the catch, and the Orioles get their first out as Burnes looks to go 6 innings here. A pretty quick out. Maybe he can go more than 6. 71 pitches as O'Neill steps in with 1 out. The pitch is bottom of the zone. Well located there. A cutter at 93. 0-1 the count on O'Neill. 1 for 2 with that solo homer back in the first. The only run of the game so far for Boston. Base is empty. 1 down the pitch. Swing and a miss. A nice tightly wound slider there from Burnes. He hasn't thrown that one much today, but that one looked nice. I think, who was it, Sean or someone else was saying how they like how Burnes whips out the... He saves a lot for late in the game. I feel like that slider was an indication of it there. 1-2 now, the count on O'Neill. As that one was a curveball off the plate. The pitch is another curveball. This one had the plate, but it's low. Or no, I'm sorry. They're calling that a slider. My mistake. Slider low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 is hit to the left side, foul. We'll do it again at 2-2. Bring in Jackson and trade Uranus. Well, if we refer to him as Uranus, I don't know how much trade value we're going to get for him. We got to kind of talk about him like, hey, he's a guy that can help another team. He's versatile. He's got a gold glove to his name. Good contact hitter against right-handed pitching. We have to talk about the positive things about Ramon Urias if we're going to trade him. If we talk about how useless he is, what are we going to get for him? 2-2 on O'Neill. Base is empty, 1 out. The pitch is inside. We got a long at bat here. So my hopes for Burnes to maybe go beyond 6 innings might start to be evaporating here as he's entangled in a long at bat here with Tyler O'Neill. Another pitch is bottom of the zone, called strike 3. A cut fastball at 95, and O'Neill will walk back to the dugout. A well-placed cutter there by Burnes, a huge strikeout. He's not gotten a lot of them today, but that was a big one. 2 down, nobody on here in the 6th. Yeah, see, Rob's got the right idea. See, Rob, when you get on the phone as a GM, that's how you talk about him. Hey, you want to make a trade for Ramon Urias? He stinks. You want him? What can we get back? 0-1 on Cassis as Burnes gets ahead of him with a changeup. Here comes the next one, and that one's in the dirt. Oh, that was way off the plate. See, again, another example of Burnes. I mean, surely he didn't intend for that cutter to be 2 feet inside. So, yeah, it's sort of weird. Like, about 1 of every 4 pitches seems to be not going where he's attempting to throw it. Oh, that one's low and in. 2-1 the count. And this one is a cutter in there for a called strike. 2-2. Now what's happening here? Oh, my stream. This happens. Is it the 7th inning yet? No, it's not. I swear it's about this time during every game I've broadcast so far where my stream goes away, and now I have to get it back. Stand by, please. I do apologize. I might have missed whatever happened in this at bat, but I'll be sure to catch you up. All right, it looks like it's coming back up. There we go. Looks like somebody just made the 3rd out, as I can see the batter taking his gloves off and the field emptying. Let me see what happened on that last play. Cassis struck out looking. Hey, so another K for Burnesy. There you go. Sorry that I missed that call for you guys, but I'm happy with the result. Cassis strikes out to end the 6th. We go to the late innings. It's the Orioles 3, the Red Sox 1. So Burnes, 84 pitches. I mean, he threw 100 in his last outing. I mean, it's up to Brandon Hyde whether or not he wants to make him go out there and throw another 100, because that's probably what it's going to take to get through another inning. It might be, let's see, who's due up? You got Yoshida, Rafaela. I got to admit, I don't know. I don't know which way it's going to go. Burnes might come out for the 7th. He might not. It could go either way. I could see it going either way. All right. It'll be Ramon Urias to lead off the top of the 7th. He'll be followed by Tony Kemp and Gunnar Henderson. Hey, folks, we have a bit of a break here. I don't know what's going on, but just as a reminder, and hey, that's a couple of more subs. Hey, if we get to 280 today, it'll make your boy happy. 290 would be fantastic. 300 would be out of this world. We'll see how it goes in the final 3 innings. First pitch to Urias is in there at the top of the zone for a called strike, as Joely Rodriguez is still out there to begin the top of the 7th. Next pitch is over the plate but low, 1-1. They can trade compensation draft picks, though, right, Pierre? The Orioles just did that when they traded for Burnes. They traded Joey Ortiz, D.L. Hall, and a compensation draft pick. Okay, 2-1 the count. The pitch is low and in. 3-1. Urias has a hit in this ball game, an infield hit on a ball that died toward third base. This one's hit on the ground to second. Should be an easy play, and it is, as Urias will ground out 4-3. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Tony Kemp if he. I would assume he would pinch hit, but no. Oh no, we are Mateo. Well, wait a minute. It looks like we have a bit of a battle here. Mateo was threatening to come to the plate, but now here comes the Red Sox to make a pitching change. They probably announced Mateo, and as soon as they did, a right-hander for the Red Sox is going to take over for the southpaw Rodriguez here. We have 1 out here in the 7th, a pitching change. All right, folks. We know he's going to have at least one more at bat today, right? Let's hear it. That's right. I agree with you. That's a good point. I'll keep that in mind. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I know where to go for my cow sound effects. That should be fun during the season. Of course, we can't forget about the charge bugle, right? No, I don't want a commercial. I just want to hear the stupid bugle. There you go. Where is it? Charge. Charge. All right. I need a soundboard. Folks, just to remind everybody that this Orioles Birdwatcher channel is all being put together by yours truly. Now, I am getting help in chat with a couple of mods like Mr. Whip. Pierre's hanging out. Card Crazed, and a couple of others. But yeah, other than that, I'm putting this together MacGyver style. It's nothing but duct tape and string and paper clips holding this stream together. I'm hoping as the channel grows, I'm going to be able to invest into it and give you an even better looking presentation with better picture, better sound, better graphics, stuff that'll make the experience all the better. So again, that's why I have to always talk about those subscribers. That's what gets me there. Okay, Winkowski is on the mound, right-hander. First pitch to Kemp, ball one, and the next offering, it's hit on the ground hard, but right to the second baseman. Throw to first for the second out of the inning. Kemp retired on 2 pitches. Back to the top of the order for Gunnar Henderson. The sound effects are a big improvement. I mean, they're not really effects. I'm going to YouTube to play clips. I need a soundboard where it's just a one-touch thing. But again, if I were to introduce that with everything else that's running right now, I can't really add much to what I got. This one is fouled off to the right by Henderson, 0-1. Yeah, I mean, if you look at my computer memory, it's like running at 90% right now between the stream software, the game I'm watching, which is being shown on a separate screen via an HDMI cable, the play-by-play animation scoreboard from ESPN. Yeah, putting all this on with the computer I have, it's just enough to get the job done. But if I want to do a little bit more, I'm probably going to have to invest in another computer. 1-1 the count now to Henderson. And the next one is way up the stairs. 2-1 the count. And there you go, David. I got to get a second computer. I also need to get some better lighting in here. If not that your boy down here in the corner needs to... Oh, here's a nice solid line drive down in the right field corner for Henderson. That'll be extra bases. He's checking to see if 3's on the cards. But no, they get the ball back in relatively well there. But boy, what a needed swing there from Gunnar. He laces one down into the right field well for a double. A 2-out double. And that'll bring up Adley Rutschman. All right, Gunnar, you needed that one. Yeah, this is what we need today. We need some people, we need some things to happen for some people to get us back on track. Rutschman's 0 for 3 today. He's due. All right, I said earlier that Rutschman's going to hit a home run today. I'm saying it again. There's an outside chance this may be his last at-bat today here with 2 out in the 7th. 0 for 3 today with a couple of ground outs and a strikeout. Still looking for his first home run of the season. Henderson at second. And the 0-1 pitch to Adley is upstairs 2-0. Or excuse me, 1-1. All right. That was bound to happen. I think your boy might be, it might be time for a break with Lucky Strike. Here comes the 1-1 to Rutschman. Catcher setting up on the outside edge. And now a throw back to second. Ooh, Henderson in with a slide. That was close, but safe is the call. And the manager for the Red Sox puts up his hand as if to say, hold on, let me see if we want to challenge. But Henderson does appear to have gotten back in time. It was bang, bang. All right, 1-1 on Rutschman. And there goes Henderson, and he does steal. How about that? Oh, I love it. Gunnar Henderson immediately following a pickoff move before the pitcher even goes into his windup, just takes off. The pitcher had the ball in his hand the whole time. He threw to third, but Gunnar made it in there. I mean, it's seemingly not too smart of a play with 2 out. You really got to know you're going to make it, but that's Gunnar for you. And I think Gunnar's fired up after that double. I think that's what that is. Henderson has definitely been feeling the effects of that walk-off game He looked very despondent. And then he came up with the first couple of at-bats. Finally, he gets a double, and now he steals. And now here's a hard hit ball up the middle, and it's going to get into the outfield. An RBI single by Rutschman. Gunnar scores easily in a 2-out rally. The Orioles add a run. They're up now 3. It's 4-1. Rutschman RBI single. Fantastic. Rutschman with the clutch 2-out hit. I tell you what, between the Cowser moos and the charge calls, whoa, up and in here to Santander, who's 0 for 3 today. His average now has dropped right at the Mendoza line, hitting an even 200. 2 homers, 10 RBI. Got off to that hot start in the Angels series and has not done too much since. He needs to get back going here. This is a swing and a miss 1-1. Folks, if you're here watching right now, thanks for being here. And if you haven't hit the like button, would you consider doing it? We got 62 people here right now. 34 people have liked it. Folks, all you got to do is sit there and enjoy the broadcast, tap the like button, and we're both doing each other a favor. I'm providing you a little bit of content. You're providing me a chance to grow the channel. All you got to do is hit that like button. 2-1 the count on Santander, and this one's low and in 3-1. Don't worry, if you hit the like button, you're not gonna suddenly be bombarded with junk mail. You're not gonna be put on a list. You're just gonna help me get a little bit more exposure in the old algorithm. It's all about the algorithm, folks. Here's the 3-1 to Santander, and he swings and fouls it back. Oh, Tony was hoping for a pitch middle on a 3-1, but Winchkowski did well to locate that one. It was low and inside. Another payoff pitch coming. And Santander swings and fouls it off. That pitch was below the zone, but Santander didn't want to take the chance. He fought it off to keep this at-bat going. Rutschman at first. He's driven in a run here with a 2-out RBI single to score Henderson. The Orioles lead this one 4-1 against the Red Sox. Gunnar just did score, Evan, so putting on your jacket, whether you meant to do it on time or not, either way it worked. Another payoff pitch to Santander. And this one is fouled away. Wait a minute. Or did that ball just... What happened? Santander flips the bat. That ball, he swung and the ball went behind the plate like a foul ball, but apparently the catcher just didn't catch the pitch, but there was a runner on. Wouldn't he have to go to first? I don't understand what happened there. If he swung and missed and the ball went all the way to the backstop, why didn't Santander run down to first base? Don't they have to complete the out? He just stood there and took off the shin pad, and I guess by just standing there, you're conceding that you're not even going to try to go to first, which is something you do when the ball gets away a foot or two and you're very certain, running to first is a futile effort. But that ball went all the way to the backstop. I'm a little confused. I might have to revisit that play. Your boy, the bird watcher, is a little confused. And not only am I confused, I'm also gonna check out here for a sec, guys. Whoops. There we go. Your boy, the bird watcher, just popping out here for a sec because it's time for a lucky. 4 out of 5 doctors prefer Lucky Strike. They're toasted. Hey there, Don C. Good to see you. Don C., I saw you in the Ryan Ripken podcast chat that I was just catching up on my end over here in Thailand about, 4 hours before the ball game, I guess in the AM for you guys this morning. And boy, what a fantastic podcast Ryan Ripken put on. I'm telling you, Don C., Sean, anybody who are regulars on the Ryan Ripken podcast, if I'm not there for the next one to say it myself, let them know the Birdwatcher thinks they're doing a bang-up job. Okay, bottom of the 7th underway. Corbin Burnes is still out there. How about that? He's ready to go another inning. Matasaka Yoshida at the plate. And after a first pitch strike, this one is hit on the ground. A Baltimore chop. Burnes picks it up along the first base line and is able to tag Yoshida on the way to the bag for out number 1. So Burnes gets a quick first out. He could get through 7. He's on 86 pitches with 1 out. By the way, Jorge Mateo, who came in to pinch hit for Kemp, is out there at second base. Here's Rafaela, 0 for 2 today. Hey, David, one sec. First pitch is a swing and a miss, a nice slider from Burnes. That's only the second or third slider he's thrown today, but they've been effective as Rafaela chases 0-1. This one clips the bottom of the zone. 0-2 the count. Yeah, John Boy, actually, I just watched a John Boy video today. It wasn't one of his patented breakdowns that only last like 3-4 minutes. This was a deep dive breakdown into a couple of different things. I think he's just sort of expanding his content. Swing and a miss. Rafaela chases. There's another one of those sliders that Burnes has been using here in the last couple of innings. So he's basically been hiding that slider and breaking it out here. Well done by Burnes. Another strikeout and 2 down, nobody on here in the 7th. Here comes Emmanuel Valdez. First pitch to him is hit on the ground. A couple of bounces to Mateo. Throw to first in time. An easy 7th inning for Burnes. My God, does he have enough to go 8? I mean, I don't want to push it, but what are we at here? 90 on the pitch count. You know what? Let's call it a day. We got to be able to have our bullpen. If our bullpen can't get 6 outs with a 3-run lead, then what are we doing? We got to trust in our bullpen somewhat. Everyone should be ready to go. So our best guys, Danny Coulombe, for example, should be available. Hey, Farhan. How you doing, buddy? I'll be back on in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen in just a few moments. I'm taking a break with Lucky Strike. Reach for a Lucky. They're toasted. Yeah, so Ryan Ripken had Jeff Passan on. Jeff Passan, I can listen to him talk baseball. He and I got a lot in common. He was talking about, at the end of the day, he's a writer at heart. It's the same for me. That's my background. I'm a sports writer. I'm not used to being out there. I like to, kind of hide in my little cave and write my sports articles. But I'm putting myself out there. Why not? He was also talking about how this whole idea of service time manipulation is a little bit overblown. And this is the point I've been making forever. Folks have got to understand, I remember the last time players and managers, or players and owners, went through a collective bargaining agreement. Anybody remember was it 94 or 95, the strike? When they have these collective bargaining agreements, they go on for a long time. They sit there and they debate back and forth over all kinds of issues involving, things like waivers and Rule 5 draft and, DL time and all this stuff. They go over all of these things, and they eventually have to sit there and shake hands. And they shook hands on establishing a service time deadline. It's 16 days into the season. They had to pick a day. So once they did that, can you blame an owner if they think, well, we can get an extra year out of a good player if we wait a couple of weeks? I mean, it makes sense to me. I don't know. Normally I side with the fans versus the owners on most issues, but I don't blame them. I'd love to see Holiday up right now, but I understand what they're doing. 2-1 the count on O'Hearn, leading off the top of the 8th. He lines one past the dive of the first baseman in the right field for a single. O'Hearn with his first hit of the ball game, a leadoff single here in the top of the 8th as he turns on the faucet. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's business. That's, And look, nobody's going to sit here. Is anyone actually worried that Jackson Holiday, when all is said and done, isn't going to walk away with a ton of money? I mean, he's going to be fine. Jackson's going to be fine. Mountcastle at the plate, first pitch swinging to shortstop, and it's booted as it goes into left field. That ball was hit hard, but right at the shortstop. I'd call it an error. Let's see what they say. Let's see what they call that. Here comes the play right now, and they're calling it an error. That's what it should be. So Mountcastle is on. 2 on, nobody out here in the 8th. The Orioles up by 3, looking to add on. Winchkowski is out there after coming on in the previous inning, and I have to think somebody in the bullpen is getting ready as he's in trouble here in the 8th. Here's Cedric Mullins. First pitch to him, just off the plate. Maybe a little low, maybe a little bit outside. Not hitting that corner. 1-0 on Mullins. First and second, nobody out. The pitch is hit back up the middle. A diving stop by the shortstop, but he boots it as he tries to pick it up. Everyone's going to be safe. Mullins is going to reach on an infield single. Bases loaded, nobody out. And guess who's coming up next? You wouldn't believe it if I told you. You wouldn't believe it if I told you who was up next. Ladies and gentlemen, stepping up for your Baltimore Orioles, none other than, where is it? None other than, oh, don't give me that. Where is it? All right, come on, Colton. Let's go. And here's a fly ball. This one's going to drive in the run. A sacrifice fly to right. O'Hearn comes in to score, and Calzer with another RBI. All right. All right. Let me get back to the ball game here. Sorry about that. A little bit of fun with the sound effects. Okay. In steps Ramon Urias now. Runners at first and second, 1 out. And here's a swing and a miss. 0-1 on a slider. Urias came up empty. Urias hitting a cool 100 on the season. He has a hit today, 1 of 2 on the season. The pitch is a slider. He lays off. Oh, no, they say he went? That was so weak if he went. Come on, Urias. Wow. That was so far off the plate, and it was such a half-hearted swing. I figured it had to have been a check, but no, he went 0-2 on Urias, and this time he lays off the slider. And the count 1-2. Yeah, Calzer is definitely setting himself up to be the player of the game here. 1-2. This one's in the dirt. 2-2. 2 on, 1 out. 1 run in after the Orioles loaded the bases with nobody out. Red Sox trying to limit the damage. They could get out of this with a ground ball. This one's low and away. So Urias, after chasing a couple of sliders, has now worked the count full by laying off. 3-2, 1 out here in the top of the 8th. 5-1 Orioles. This one's hit on the ground, but it's tapped foul over by the on-deck circle. And will remain 3-2 here on Urias. Winchkowski, by the way, I don't know how often or if he's more of a long reliever or what, but he's over 30 pitches, which for a middle reliever is a lot. He's still out there. He's already given up a run in the inning. Here's the pitch, and it's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Urias goes down. Oh, you don't want to go strike out looking there, Ramon. Not when you're hitting 100. Go ahead and swing. You got a chance at a hit. That was a well-thrown pitch, though, it has to be said. Outside corner. Moving away from Urias the whole way. Here's Jorge Mateo, who came on to replace Tony Kemp. Mateo, 4 for 13 in the early going. First pitch to him is hit on the ground foul. A slider fouled off to the right. Oh, that's right. Don, thank you. I forgot. My lucky strike break is over. Welcome back. Hello, and don't forget, I've got an Orioles poster behind me now. That's right. Your boy, the Bird Watcher, is adding this ball here. Wait, what happened? I missed it. Oh, my God. I missed the play. Mateo is going to drive in a run on a ball into left center field. The trail runner, though, is going to get thrown out of third base. Mullins thrown out of third. But Mateo with an RBI. The Orioles add another. It's 6-1. It ends the inning with Mullins gunned down at third base. There's still people on the field. They have not gone. What? No runs. What? They're taking a run off the board. They're now saying no run scored because they tagged the runner at third out before the runner came across the plate. That's what's going on here. A sac fly situation. And they're trying to figure out whether the runner at third was tagged out before the runner came across the plate. I don't know how that could even happen. How are you not scoring third to home before the other guy is getting the third on a sac fly? Or wait, it wasn't a sac fly. It was a hit. I'm sorry. I'm totally blowing this call. I've absolutely blown this call. All right, we'll see what the final call is here from the umpires. And apologies from your boy, the Bird Watcher. It's 3:40 a.m. local time. I'm not blaming being up in the dead of night on butchering the call. It was a bit of a confusing play, and that would explain why it's taking so long for action to resume here. Brandon Hyde is standing out near the plate. He's got the lineup card in his hand. It looks like he wants to make a move. They're still looking at the play in New York, apparently. What is going on in the ball game? I mean, the scoreboard here on ESPN, the scoreboard on the NESN broadcast, the scoreboard at the ballpark had it 6-1 Orioles. They called that a run, and then they took it off the board, and now they're going to look at it. Why wouldn't they stick with the original call and then just look at it? I don't understand how they made a call, changed the call, and then are now going to New York to make sure that they got it right. Like, why not just stick with the first call and then go to New York? Because now, you know, if you go to New York, they need definitive evidence of something being different than whatever the call is. So instead of sort of needing enough evidence to be in favor of the Orioles, now it flips back on the onus is on. Wow. There's the call. A sac fly that wasn't. A ball hit to right field, or I'm sorry, it wasn't a sac fly. Why do I keep saying sac fly? Okay. Look, I got this much coffee left. I'm going to drink it all right now. Mayo had a hit, okay? Second, lead runner tried to come in to score, but they nailed the trail runner trying to get the third before the lead runner could score. And I absolutely butchered that call. Do not put that on my demo reel, please. Oh, boy. It's actually an 11-hour time difference, Don. It should be. Half the year it's a 12-hour time difference. Half the year it's 11, depending on daylight savings. Yeah, David, it seems impossible if he ran from third. I know. It would have been impossible because I butchered the call. The runner cut down at the plate was on second when the hit was by Mayo came through. But instead of trying to cut down the runner at the plate, they went after Mullins going from first to third. And the tag was made before the lead runner crossed the plate. And it was close. It was quite close. I think France is 5 hours ahead, I want to say. 5 hours ahead from the East Coast, right, David? I know England is 5 hours ahead. I think France is in the same time zone. They also have their own daylight savings that's slightly off. So there's a couple of weeks out of the year where U.S. daylight savings and U.K. daylight savings aren't aligned. That gets things confusing as well. Okay, we're back underway here. And guess what? We got the guy I wanted out there on the mound, Danny Coulombe. Cool as a cucumber Coulombe. Folks, 4 innings, 4 appearances, 5 strikeouts, no walks, 1 hit. Opponents batting .077. Here's a high fly ball down into the right field corner, and ooh, that was about 10 feet short of reaching the pesky pole. It goes down as a foul ball. 1-1 the count. Here to the leadoff man. Oh, we got Connor Wong coming in to pinch hit. I guess Wong is on for McGuire and a like for like. Yes, sir. The Red Sox. Wait a minute. This is wrong. They're saying it's Gonzalez at the plate. Number 23. This information on ESPN right now might be wrong. They're saying, yeah, it's Romy Gonzalez, number 23, the pinch hitter for Reese McGuire. It is not Connor Wong at the plate. Okay, this one's outside. 2-2 the count on who? I've already forgotten again. Who's at the plate? I think it's whoever got brought up to replace Trevor Story, because he has not had an at-bat yet this season. Here's a chopper foul off to the left. The count is 2-2. Yep, now you can see Gonzalez, and I can go ahead and tell you I'm getting the jump on what's about to happen on the screen here for me. He's about to strike out. There it is, a beautiful knuckle curve from Coulomb, and he strikes out the pinch hitter Gonzalez. So once again, Reese McGuire was the batter do-up, left-hander. They brought in a pinch hitter Gonzalez, not Connor Wong, and now Wong is up to hit. So the idea being they're going to switch a couple of spots around. Wong will eventually be catching in the next half inning to replace McGuire. He's up to pinch hit now. Everyone caught up? Great. Wong at the plate. And the first pitch to him is a swing and a miss. Wong hitting .333, 5 for 15, no homers, 1 RBI. And the pitch is a bit upstairs, 1-1. Man, Coulomb's stuff is just so difficult. I love to look at it, but as a hitter, I mean, I don't know what you do up there. Here's a sweeper that hits the dirt and a swing and a miss. I mean, that ball comes in. It's heading for the middle of the zone all the way to like the last 10 feet, and then it just drops to the dirt. Here's the 1-2. This one's lifted hard. Oh, but he got out in front. Boy, that ball was uppercut swung, but a little bit out in front. And that'll simply go down as a foul ball. 1-2 the count. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th. The Orioles ahead 5-1. Danny Coulomb out here to replace Corbin Burnes. The 1-2 pitch drops in there. A beautiful knuckle curve. And again, these Red Sox hitters, just like everyone else who's faced Coulomb so far this season, they're going up there absolutely clueless as what to do with these crazy, I mean, they look like ephus pitches or something. I mean, the movement on the Coulomb breaking balls are something out of this world. Here's a cutter. Look at that. Now he goes to the bottom of the zone, and he had to lay off. Jared Duran at the plate. He had to lay off because the pitch started low. Every other pitch in his arsenal, that ball's in the dirt, but it was a cutter that painted the bottom of the zone. Now he tries a knuckle curve to clip the top of the zone, but it's a little bit high. Man, I really like how Danny Coulomb pitches. It is really difficult to get a gauge on where he might even throw the ball. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count on Duran, who's 0 for 3 today. That's right. 4 more outs. Let's go. Coulomb trying to get the game to the 9th inning with this 4-run lead. Here's a breaking ball swung on and fouled off to the left. Inside out swing there by Duran. A very defensive swing. I mean, how do you can't. You would have to be, you'd need a crystal ball to figure out a way to barrel up a Coulomb pitch. Outside corner, strike 3. Danny Coulomb. My goodness. I gotta say it. He might be the best guy in our in our bullpen. Flat out. Not Cano, not Kimbrel. It's Coulomb. He had a fine season last year, but so far in his 5th outing this season, I got to say it. I mean, he is lights out. Untouchable. We're going to the 9th inning, folks. We're going to the 9th. Spooky, I would be with you, but there's two things working against Coulomb as a closer. One, he doesn't, and this is all just, conservative, old, outdated perhaps thinking when it comes to your closers. Typically, you want a closer with high velocity, right? That's not Coulomb, right? He's more of a off-speed ball, off-speed pitcher with a lot of movement. So that's a strike against him. Not for me, but just for most managers out there, most people in the baseball world. They want a guy who can throw the cheese. Secondly, he's a left-hander. And, again, I don't understand the thought other than that there's more right-handed hitters than lefties, and maybe you want a right-handed reliever more than you would a lefty to close out a ball game. But if a lefty is getting everybody out, it shouldn't really matter. But, yeah, he's a lefty, and he doesn't really throw closer-type stuff. But he's very, very elusive. I mean, if it works, it works. I think back to an early closer like a Kent Tekulve, who didn't throw hard, but was just had a lot of movement. Was very difficult to square up. Okay, we're about to get started. Top of the ninth. Connor Wong behind the plate to replace McGuire. Henderson at the plate, and the first pitch to him is in there, called strike at the bottom of the zone. Winchkowski has to be some kind of sixth starter / longman because he's out there for another inning. He's already up to 36 pitches. Here's a slider outside, 1-1. He's already pitched an inning plus and now out for his third different inning of work. This one's low. 2-1 the count. Henderson had a double in his last at bat, a much needed hit after he's been scuffling at the plate lately. The 2-1. This one's hit on the ground and through the hole on the right side for a base hit. So Henderson with back-to-back hits. There you go, buddy. Let's get out of that slump. All right. Gunner on base. That'll bring up Adley Rutschman. Yeah, Spooky, they're 7-3 because they've got the best ERA in baseball. Yeah, the defense has looked very shaky, but that's why. And plus, when you face Oakland 3 times, that doesn't hurt with your 7-3 record. But, it's been the pitching, but that's what I've been saying in my intro today. It's really going to come down to how legit is this Red Sox pitching staff. They've got the best ERA in baseball right now through the first, 10 days or so, versus this Orioles lineup who, when they're playing right, ought to give the Red Sox a run for their money. And so far, we're sort of seeing things balance out. The Red Sox are giving up runs more. They're giving up only 2 runs a game coming into today. Here's Rutschman with a base hit on the right side. Gunner is going to motor over to third base, as he's known to do. We got first and third, nobody out. The Orioles are ready to blow this one open. First and third, nobody out, up 4, and we've got 3, 4, 5 due up. All right. Let's get some runs. Seriously, let's just pour it on. We need it. We need this outburst. Just get everybody relaxed. Set the tone for the series. This is big. We're in division play now, folks. We're not messing around. Santander will come up. He's 0 for 4 today. Pair of strikeouts. He's due. First and third, nobody out. A chance to drive in a run without the benefit of a base hit. First pitch to him is fouled back. A slider. And by the way, why is Winchkowski still out there? It feels like the Red Sox don't even want to try to win the game. I mean, he's gotten the first 2 batters on. He's already pitched a lot. Like, why is he still out there? I'm not complaining. Believe me. Look at that line drive and a base hit to right field. Henderson comes in standing up. And again, I'm not complaining. You want to leave Winchkowski out here? Go ahead and leave him out there. I don't know what the manager's thinking. It's opening day, and he's watching this game slip away in front of this sellout crowd. Henderson comes in to score. Santander with the RBI single, his first hit of the ball game. Orioles now up to 12 hits. The bats have woken up. My God. And here comes Austin Hayes in to pinch run. I love this move. Hayes coming in to pinch run for Santander. That gets Hayes into the ball game, gets him involved, and then he'll be out there as a defensive upgrade for the bottom of the 9th. Hayes is used to playing a big left field in Baltimore, so playing right field in Fenway should be no problem for him. Here comes Ryan O'Hearn. Still nobody out here. Orioles ahead 6-1. Looking to burst the dam here. O'Hearn 1 for 3. Winchkowski's still out there, and the first pitch to O'Hearn is low and in. Again, I don't get it. They're not even showing the Red Sox bullpen like anybody getting up. They had a day off, right? They came back from a West Coast trip. I would assume they've got plenty of relievers who are available. Next pitch is in there for a strike. But again, your boy, the bird watcher, ain't complaining. You want to leave a guy out there who's going to sit there and let this game get away, go right ahead. Hey, look who it is in chat. Hey, Mr. Whip, remember what I told you? Yeah, you can go in. You see, you just, bye. Bye, buddy. Folks, that is the troll that likes to follow me wherever I go. It's kind of sad, but he shows up on both my channels and just wants to troll. Wait 24 hours for your next chance, sir. Here's the next pitch to O'Hearn, and it's inside. 3-1 the count. So here again, what is going on? Does Boston not want to win this game? 274 on the sub count, folks. How about we hit 280? Come on, we're on our way to a victory here. We're in good shape. And that's ball 4 to O'Hearn. Bases loaded, nobody out. Are you going to take him out now? They're taking him out now. How about that? Boy, it's almost like maybe I should be managing the Red Sox or something. Pitching change as Ryan Mountcastle is the next batter due up with the bases loaded and nobody out. Oh, wait. I take it back. So far, it's just a conference. Are you kidding me? Do they not have another pitcher they can use? Why are they making this poor man continue? How many pitches is he? 48 pitches. Out of relief. Oh, not only is he a hater, Farhan, I'm totally in this guy's head. Like, he sets his alarm to, like, show up to my stream. He's from Germany, don't you know? He just can't get enough of me. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Bases loaded, nobody out. Come on, Mountie. Let's get you a Player of the Month award with a big swing here. Slider just off the plate outside, 1-0. You know what? We got bases loaded here. I'm going to go ahead and flip back over on this. And how about that, a sub? Hey, let's get to 280. If we get a grand slam, then I want to get to 300. Come on, the 1-0 pitch. Oh, a check swing. He went too far. A slider low and away. 1-1 on Mountie. Rutschman at third. Hayes, who came in to pinch run for Santander, is at second. O'Hearn at first. Nobody out. Top of the 9th. Orioles ahead 6-1. The pitch. This one's lined into left center, and it's going to be caught out there. And now a turnaround play. Oh, nobody's going to score. I said lined. It was sort of a soft liner off the end of the bat. The shortstop went out there and shallow left center to make the catch. His momentum took him pretty far away from the plate, but he was able to turn around and gun the ball back in to keep the runners where they are. So Mountcastle unable to get anything done with the bases loaded and nobody out. That was a huge chance for him to add to his stats. Instead, it's Cedric Mullins now with one away. And he hits one on the ground, foul off to the right. Mullins 1 for 3. He has a walk as well and also a stolen base. He's scored twice. Hitting just a .161, but man, it's a productive 161 if ever there was one. Let's see what he can do here with the bases loaded. Low and in. 1-1 on Mullins. Yeah, if we can... Yeah, we've used Coulomb. I almost wish we have it now. Like if we wind up winning by more than 5 runs, I feel like Coulomb could have been saved for a closer game because he's the best pitcher we got right now. 2-1 as this one's inside to Mullins. Bases loaded, 1 out. Birds up by 5 here in the 9th. Looking to add on. And the pitch. This one's flared out to left center. Could it drop? It will. And it's misplayed by the center fielder. It's going to get all the way past him. 1 run is in. But the next run fell down coming around third. It's now 7-1 Baltimore. And guess who's due up next? Everybody was sort of frozen on that play. I don't know what the center fielder was doing. It looked like at first it could have been caught. The next thing you know, it went all the way past him. But guess who's up now? Guess who's... What's that? Who's coming up? Who's up? Oh, really? All right, we better get ready. All right. It's Colton Cowser, everybody. And the first pitch is off the plate. Or excuse me, that's a called... I'm just a strike. Sorry. I got to get these cow sound effects out of here. Next pitch is a bit in... No, it's a called strike. It's 0-2. Okay. 0-2 on Cowser. All right. I have to admit, I'm not good at calling play-by-play and playing sound effects at the same time. It's just too much work. Let's bring this back up over here. 1-2 now on Cowser. 1 out, bases loaded. Man, a chance for a huge RBI day here. This one's upstairs, 2-2. How many RBI already for Cowser? 4? Hey, he's got 4 RBI right now, and the bases are loaded with only 1 out. A chance for a huge day for Cowser. And what a statement to make. Finally getting a start over Hayes. This one's over the plate, but low. Full count on the cow. Winchkowski now up to 60 pitches. I mean, even if this guy's a starter, I'm starting to worry about pitch count. The 3-2. Swung on and missed. A slider, top of the zone, barreling in on the hands. And the cow will be quiet on that one. Here comes Urias, 2 down with the bases still loaded. And now Urias takes a slider off the plate, 1-0. Folks, once again, just to explain, the only reason why I switch over to the sub count is during plays where if, this interface is ahead of me. So if there's a huge play that could be happening, like say bases loaded, nobody out for Ryan Mountcastle, and if he were to hit a grand slam and I saw an 11 out of the corner of my eye before it actually happened, I'd rather just do this during that time of the game and give you the call. I mean, that's sort of why I'm here. I mean, it's nice to have the interface, but I'm going to give you the call. I know I butchered a couple of plays tonight. That one's on me. This one hits the outside corner, and Urias is going to strike out looking. But the Orioles add a pair of runs here in the ninth. They've scored one in the seventh, one in the eighth, two more in the ninth. They've turned a 3-1 lead now into a 7-1 lead. 3 more outs to go as Baltimore looks to pick up the opener here against their division rival Red Sox and move to 6-4. Right back on track with a .600 winning percentage if we can do it today. Once again, folks, just to remind you, if you win 6 out of 10, or if you want to, make the fraction smaller or whatever, 3 out of 5, you win 3 out of every 5, that's on pace for 97 wins. That might not be 101 wins, but that'll get us in the playoffs. That might not even win us the division, but based on what I've been seeing with the way the playoff structure works, I'm not sure how much winning the division matters anymore. I think it just matters you get into the playoffs, right? That was another point made by Jeff Passan today on the Ryan Ripken podcast, and I've heard others say it as well, and I got to agree with you. It sucks. I'd like for winning the division to have some weight to it, but we got to be honest. It's more important to just get there and then be prepared for the postseason once you get there. So, yeah, my hot take. We're going to the bottom of the ninth. Due up for Boston. Rafael Devers. So we got, the 2, 3, 4? Devers, O'Neill, and Casas due up. Jacob Webb is going to come out and pitch, according to ESPN. I'm still waiting for the broadcast to come back for me. But it will be Webb to come out to try and finish this one here in the bottom of the ninth. He's got a 6-run lead to work with, but he does have the heart of the Red Sox order to face. All right, Webb is ready, and the first pitch. Whoa, look at that sweeper. A nice movement on that pitch there from Webb, breaking over the plate. I mean, it maybe caught a little too much of the plate, but Devers had given up on it because that ball started about a foot off the plate. And now a check swing, and he went. So Devers looking confused up there. Webb coming out hot. A nice sweeper with a lot of break, and then he comes back hitting the outside corner with a 4-seam fastball. Devers could only check his swing. 0-2 on Devers here in the ninth. Orioles looking to drop this 2-game losing streak, and Devers pops it up. Looks playable near the seats. Urias makes the catch. We got one out in the ninth, folks. We got one out in the ninth. Let's go. We're getting close. Hey, folks, if we get up to 280, your boy, the Bird Watcher, he's gonna do a little something for you. He's got a little something planned for you. 3 more subs. Let's go. 1 down. And Tyler O'Neill looks at a sweeper on the outside edge for a called strike. O'Neill had that solo home run in the first, and the Red Sox have not done much since. 7-1 Baltimore. 1 out here in the ninth. There's another sweeper trying to find the inside corner, but it's just a little bit off the plate. 1-1. The pitch. Outside corner, doesn't get the call. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1 the count on O'Neill. 1 out, nobody on. Boston down 6. The pitch is low. 3-1. Tristan Cassis is on deck. And the 3-1 is swung on and fouled at the plate. The 3-2 swung on and missed. A changeup. O'Neill is fooled. So Webb looking sharp here in relief. This has been a very positive response by this Orioles team following 2 heartbreaking walk-off losses to the Pirates and then a day off to think about it. They come in here in an environment where Boston's got a full house, opening day celebrations and ceremonies. And right now, 1 out away from a convincing 7-1 victory as Tristan Cassis takes a strike. 0-1 the count. Corbin Burnes in line for the victory. The 0-1. Swung on and hit back to the pitcher. Webb has got it. Over to first. Ball game over. The Orioles back in the win column. Oh, what a perfect day. It's such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. 7-1 your final score. The bats are back. The pitching is there. The defense on point. 7 runs, 13 hits, no errors for Baltimore. 1 run, just 2 hits, 2 errors. The Red Sox, as many errors as hits. This team was 7-3, the talk of the town. We come into their yard and we win convincingly. 7-1 the final score. Burnes moves to 2-0. Brayan Bello drops to 1-1. The Orioles move to 6-4. That's a .600 winning percentage. Once again, let me remind you folks, if you thought this season was in peril because of a 2-game losing streak, just to let you know, we're on pace right now to win 97 games. I think we're going to be okay. And by the way, guys like Holiday, Mayo, Kerstad, still waiting in the wings. We're getting this done despite the fact that we might not have our best optimal lineup out there. I mean, Ramon Urias, 1 for 5 today. Normally you'd say not notable, but for him, that's his second hit of the season. He's hitting .091. Tony Kemp's out there. He doesn't have a hit yet. Austin Hayes is .077. We got guys we could put in there to take advantage of how they're raking down there in Norfolk. But believe in the process, folks. Believe in the process. The Orioles, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. We're going to get back into this. Henderson with a 2-hit game, a couple of runs. Rutschman a 2-hit game, runs scored and an RBI. Santander had an RBI single. O'Hearn got on the board with a hit and a run. Mountie had 1 hit and a run. Mullins 2 for 4, a couple of runs, an RBI and a steal. Cowser with the big day, 2 for 4, 4 RBI. Urias had that hit. Everybody in the lineup minus Kemp got at least a hit. Mateo, who replaced Kemp, had a hit as well. Coulomb and Webb, 2 shutout innings with 4 strikeouts, no hits, no walks. Fantastic work by the bullpen. Folks, fantastic result. I am happy. The bird watcher is happy. Yeah, I'm going to take one more peek. Okay, we couldn't push for 280, but that's fine. What do we come in at? 260? 17 new subs. Again, the goal is to get to 300 by the end of the series, so we only have to average a dozen for the next 2 days. I think we can do that. We might even get there tomorrow. Either way, I'm so happy that you guys were here to hang out with me. Appreciate that, Don C. Yeah, we are back again to do this tomorrow. I believe the first pitch is at 7:05. Let me go ahead and confirm that for you. What's the quickest way to do it? I might just just type in MLB and just go there. Let's get the official. Hold on. Hang in there. Yeah, there you go. What is with the delay on this thing? Oh, come on. Behave. Where is it? Looking. There we go. Okay, so 7:10 first pitch. So your boy, the bird watcher, will be on at 7 o'clock. So set your watches, calendars, whatever you got to do. 7 p.m. tomorrow, the bird watcher will be back on the air. And the whole time, my head is covering my poster. What? I got to figure out a way to, I don't know. I got to sit like this. My poster, it's not getting any love. All right. Let's see here. Folks, this has been the Bird Watcher. Thanks for hanging out. I'll chirp at you later. Take care, everybody.